We are live. All right, don't worry, Twitch viewers and amazing friends. You can't see any players, but that's because you're here for Cosplayground. You know what that means? It means we get to reveal cosplayers dressed as their characters, which is awesome, fantastic. Welcome aboard. Awesome to see everybody in chat, and thank you. Welcome to the Welcome In. A few quick announcements we'll just kind of knock out of the way really quick, and then we'll get straight into the story for tonight and get our cosplayers revealed. Sassy, no, of course, we started, and Sassy's here. Sassy says hello, everybody. As you all are aware, we at the Welcome In support the BLM movement, and so we are asking folks this month to donate to various charities supporting those movements. If you go ahead and click on the big yellow donate button, which is in the bottom of this page, it will take you to a list of charities that are still accepting donations. So go ahead and please feel free to do that. We appreciate your subscriptions, bits, and all that, but it's also awesome when you guys donate to a good cause like that, and we really, really appreciate it. So, beyond that, we do have a subscriber Discord, so if you are subscribed, you can go ahead and click through to that Discord. We'll get instructions up for that shortly. It's pretty awesome. There's a bunch of folks in there. Zot, the DM for the Rolling Tides, is selecting folks for that and doing little one-shots, which are really cool and really fun, tie into the lore of that campaign, and there's guest stars in those from the campaign as well, so definitely worth a look. Please go and check it out. Other than that, programming, right? So this Friday, we're going to have Rolling Tides at the same 7 p.m. Eastern start time that it's been at. Saturday, we'll have Conundrum Company at 6 p.m. And then Monday, Parker, give me a yes or no. Don't show yourself, just a up or down. We have Highlight Heroes, right?
Not this Monday.
The following Monday. Okay, well, stay tuned for that one. It's exciting. Our guest is somebody from one of our campaigns, and they are amazing. I am super excited to find out a little bit more about them. So this Monday, actually, and Sunday, we get a break, which will be nice. All right, guys. So, here we go. We're going to start our adventure. We find ourselves at the city of Thras-Adun. This great dwarven hold, located on the northern border in the great mountain ranges of the continent of Goldak, is fairly isolated from the rest of the world. It's a mostly dwarven population, with folks coming in for trade and commerce and little else. It's fairly untouched by the troubles and woes of the rest of the continent, and has been for thousands upon thousands of years. It's an architectural wonder spanning many stories, with massive cavernous great halls housing buildings and structures running up either side, far up as far as the eye can see on either side of these long halls that are hundreds of feet wide, carved into the mountainside. Our adventuring party has been called to Thras-Adun for a very specific reason. Dozik is a mutual friend of everybody in this party. He's a bit of a roguish fella, a dwarf of somewhat flexible morals, who tends to find opportunity where he can. And he has found opportunity in some whispers and rumors that are going around the city of Thras-Adun. Our adventurers are to meet Dozik at the... one moment. Stoneheart Inn. At the one moment. That's a great tagline. At the Stoneheart Inn. The Stoutheart Inn. I know the names of my own places. The Stoutheart Inn is a cozy but rambunctious inn carved into the side of one of the great halls of Thras-Adun. It's a large common room with big stone tables and stone benches that are just carved straight out of the rock. Dwarven runes adorn the walls with pictographs of ancients and many fellers. There's a huge fireplace at one end with a roaring hearth that is always lit, and the inn is open at all hours. We see our first adventurer seated at one of these stone tables with their companions. Luna, I'd like you to introduce your character.
Hello, my name is Baltana. I am a wizard elf, and I run a library in my hometown, but I read a lot of stories, and I wanted adventures like those that I had read in my stories, and I met my companion in my library because she wanted a special book. And that's how we met, and we decided to travel together and go on an adventure.
And now we will introduce Beltana's traveling companion, Parker. Go ahead and describe your character to us.
Hello. Desiree. No need for a last name. She's about 5'8", very red tiefling. Completely the opposite of the strangely innocent person she managed to find her way into this with. She's, fond of books and riches and treasures and looking for a little bit of fun. So she decided to come along.
Now you are both seated at one of those large stone tables. Drinks have been brought to you and food has been ordered. You're kind of just taking your time waiting for Dozik to arrive. Not far from you all, against, again, a large stone-carved bar with various dwarves leaning up against it. It's fairly low cut, more for individuals of a shorter, stouter stature. But you see that there are a few individuals who do stand out quite a lot. The first of whom is Hendo's character. Go ahead and introduce yourself for us.
Hi, my name is Jamantha. I am a Sylvana scout. I am a human. I am out here trying to earn more badges for my adventuring sash. And I am very, very proud of my Sylvana scout oath. We douse the flame, we plant the seed, we help both man and beast in need. In forests far and wilds near, Sylvana scouts will persevere. And I would be absolutely nowhere in terms of selling all of my Sylvana Scout cookies without my partner in crime, Farwalker.
And with that perfect introduction, standing right next to Jamantha is Lexi's character, Farwalker. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Standing at an impressive 7'4" is Farwalker, a Goliath barbarian from very high in the mountains who decided that she was never going to be more glorious or more famous than her companions if she stayed in the area they were in. So she got the name Farwalker by traveling long, long ways and seeking greater glory somewhere else, until of course she met Jamantha and decided that the two of them actually made an incredible team and could probably make some great legends together.
Amazing. You guys all look so good. Chat is going crazy. Thank you guys for again doing this. So, as you all kind of mill about getting your drinks, you're welcome to converse among yourselves as you kind of wait a few minutes. You kind of glance around. There is a barkeeper, an androgynous-looking individual with a big red beard and fully shaven head with a top knot that kind of runs back. They're wearing a barkeeper's uniform, and I have props. Cleaning an ale mug as they hang out and just wait. It's not crazy busy. There's a fair number of dwarves, but they all kind of seem to be situated and sorted.
Well, Jamantha, what do we think? Is this going to be worth all the trouble?
I think we can push some cookies on some folks here. That's what I'm feeling. Who looks like
the new recipes we tried out?
What's that?
The new recipes we tried?
Oh, yeah. I think we gotta, shell a few out for free, get them hooked, and then reel them on in.
You're a true survivor, my friend.
Here. Check that lady. She looks like she has the funds to spare for some cookies.
It's a pretty fancy fan. I think you're right.
Yeah. We're gonna go over and talk to her.
So Parker, a purple-haired human and a towering tattooed Goliath barbarian, step up towards your character, Desiree.
Hello.
Hi, lady. You look like you could use some snacks. Can I interest you in any cookies? They go to a good cause.
Oh, darling. I I like different kinds of snacks. But my friend, probably. Do you want cookies?
What kind of cookies do you have?
These are ginger flavored and flower shaped because nature.
They're quite beautiful. How much for? How much do you sell?
How much do I sell them for? Oh, that's a good question. I gotta say, Farwalker here handles all the finances and all of the procurement of finances, shall we say?
Oh,
Yes. Well then,
tell you what, how about a first-time buyer's discount? We'll give you a box of a dozen for, let's say, 10 copper pieces to start.
Oh,
And-
look at you out here giving those discounts, Farwalker. Wow, what a steal.
wow.
does that sound like a good deal?
We have that. If that's, do you want the flower-shaped cookies? Yeah.
Each he heals you for 1 hit point, or
Oh.
it makes you
Yes.
feel better.
I will
Wow.
take
What's a hit point?
that.
Okay. All right. So, I'm sorry. Did you just come to an inn to sell cookies? Are you?
Oh no, she just does that everywhere.
Why?
What do you mean? Why?
Why? What's your motivation? Why are you selling cookies?
We make good money that way. We really enjoy making recipes. You know, it's good vibes all around. Sometimes you need cookies to feel a little better. Sometimes you need them to like go on a journey. You know, we've got a few spice cookies if that's what if that's the kind of snack you're looking for. What do we?
Oh.
As you're kind of making this deal, the barkeeper kind of goes, "Oi, you lot! I told you no selling outside food in my bar."
I don't even know what you're talking about. I was gonna shove all the cookies I have into my mouth like I was eating them the whole time. I'm just eating my meal.
I've got my eyes on you, you two troublemakers.
Yeah, well, I got my eyes on you right back.
I think this is the first time that I'm not the troublemaker.
Shrink back a
I
little
was
bit.
gonna say.
It's kind of fun.
It's nice.
She's gonna pat Jamantha on the back, probably a little harder than she means. Just be like, no one messes with my friend here.
Yeah.
I thought we were an unlikely pair. This is new.
Quite entertaining.
And you're in the city for cookies?
Selling cookies, obviously.
Step
Right?
1 cookies, step 3 profit. A lot of the in between we don't even have to really go about, but you know.
Well,
wanna-
not to mention, we've heard, some rumors of maybe some great deeds that need doing, and it's gonna be embarrassing on video, but she's gonna flex, a little bit.
All right.
Ooh.
You are impressive
Thanks, I know.
and humble.
I'm sure that's a compliment.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And as
She means well.
And as you guys are conversing, the kind of half door of this bar swings open with a thud, and in walks a particularly short dwarf. He's almost wider than he is narrow. Or tall, excuse me, that makes no sense. Wider than he is tall. He is completely clean-shaven. No beard, no hair, and he's wearing 2 nose piercing. You are all familiar with this individual, who strides up to you all and says, "Ugh, hey, look at that, isn't that all? Hey, oh, there you all are. It's good to see y'all. Look at Beltana, hey, Desiree, look at you. So I'm glad you came. Isn't that great, though, eh? Oh.
Right.
Yes, a wee bit. I had a bit of trouble with the guards. They told me, never mind, it's not important.
You know each other?
Oh, look, you're here too. Jamantha and Watari. Could you remind me your character's name again?
Wolverine.
Wobury. Sorry, I can't read my own handwriting. It's atrocious. Watari or Wobury, and we're gonna assume that Dozik is absolutely failing miserably at your name as well because he's a pillock. He says,
Oh, you invited us here.
Well, yeah, no, I just did. Look, you're all together. I didn't know you knew each other. That's great.
This is
Maybe
the
I
rest
could taste some cookies.
going with us.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was that?
This is who's going with us.
Oh, yeah, no. Some of the most powerful and talented adventurers I know. You
That-
four.
All right.
I love how we have no shame about this. We're like, oh yeah, no, we're
we
pretty
are the best. I get it. Yeah, no, all right, so here's the deal. All right, now, hold on. Look, can we go to a corner table? You know, just a little hush. We don't want folks to know about this. No. Okay. So he kind of like heads over to. There are like tables cut into portions of the room, kind of against the walls with actual literal stone walls coming out around the booths. Pretty good for privacy. And he kind of lifts himself up onto one of the benches and crawls all the way back to like the end of this booth. You know how awkward booths are. And then kind of sits down, waits, expecting you all.
All right, let's go. She's following.
Yeah.
Now, here's the deal, you lot, all right? They were digging over on the east end of one of the great halls, right? They were putting in, I don't know, it was like a bathhouse or a septic, something like that, right? And they was digging. I found this out through a mate in the guard, and they punched straight through to some sort of expansion to the city, long since abandoned. And I mean, it's bloody huge. They did this about 2 weeks ago. They're keeping it real hush-hush. They want anybody to know. But I slipped some coin across to some folks all around. Hold on to that. A few folks around, you know, some friends. I bribed a few of the guards. I'll give you their name in a minute. But, needless to say, I got us access to these halls. Now, folks are saying they're like thousands of years old. Can you imagine the sort of loots and money that are going to be down in that bloody hole?
Rare treasures.
Can't imagine.
That's the kind of snack I wanted, by the way.
Adventure?
Power. What? So what's the plan?
Well, I'm not particularly the adventuring type myself, you know. More of a people person, right? But Jamantha gets it, doesn't she? Yeah. But you see, you lot are. So, here's my generous offer. I got the information, which I just stupidly gave all of you. But I have the bribe to get you through, right? So, what we're going to do is I'm going to get you lot through the guards and into that place so that you can pick it bloody clean. I don't know why. The guards won't go in there. They keep muttering nonsense about it being spooky or whatever, but I don't believe in none of it. It's all old superstition. You know how it is. So I get you guys through the guards, and then you go about picking it clean. Now, I will take 40% of the earnings, and you lot could split the other 60%. Doesn't that sound just like the best deal you've ever heard?
I knew there was a catch.
So you said that was a 30-70 split? 20-70 seems pretty fair.
Why don't you go ahead and roll persuasion, Jamantha?
Wait, did I say 20-70? I meant 30-70. I'm good
30.
now.
Okay, 30. I mean, He's not that great at it either, clearly.
While she's saying this, Farwalker is standing like directly behind her, kind of like leaning and just sort of like giving him a little like death glare over the table.
Roll with
Just
advantage,
frightened
Hendo.
by Uncle.
You've got advantage.
Oh. I rolled a 1.
Did you roll with advantage?
Oh.
Your
Come on,
Goliath
tell-
friend is aiding you.
Okay. Okay, wait. So D&D Beyond. That's 16.
A 16. He kind of leans forward now, all business, kind of his brow furrowing into like 6 lines, and he kind of is looking at you, Jamantha, and he's just like, 30-70, you say? 35-65.
30,
I still think 3070 is a better idea.
32-68.
30, oh. Hold on. He starts counting out on his fingers.
I'm
6.
losing
Carry the
quickly.
4. You've got a deal, and he like spits on his hand and reaches across the table. Yeah.
And for some reason, been hanging out with my cat too long in quarantine.
It's good. It's good. He kind of shakes.
That gave me 1.
Yeah. You're getting 38, and I'm getting 68. No, 30. You're getting 32, and I'm getting 68. I'm kidding. Other way around, obviously. Jeez. He's like, all right.
Right.
Now.
Well, here's my. I don't know. I'm not very interested in being like a delivery boy, going in, picking things up, taking them somewhere else. I mean, is there going to be something to fight down there? Like, are we talking monsters, baddies, creepy men who ended up down there and never came back out? What are we looking at?
I'm
Oh, you
sorry,
don't-
you're hoping for that? Are you?
Yeah. How else are you gonna die young in glorious battle?
You do all the dying, dear. I'll be over here.
Only if it's worth it.
Bye.
Well, I can't rightfully speak to, whether they've got any sorts of, beasties down there or not. The guards seem to think it's haunted. Woo! They're a silly lot, you know? But maybe you ever punched a ghost?
I'm not trying to go by ghosts, but I'll give it a shot.
All right. So maybe.
I mean, I haven't earned my ghost punching badge yet. Let's do it. Let's go.
Yeah, Jamantha's in, I'm in.
Seems like an adventure.
Yes, you do like those.
Can
All right.
we-
I like this one, Spirit. Beltan has always been a one for a good. That's good.
Yes.
All right. So, here's what we're going to do. Now, I could give you a little time if you want to get anything squared away. Do a little, you know, like getting whatever you lot need. I don't know. Pitons, crowbars, like crap like that. You know, they sell those like bags of stuff. I don't know. Anyway, if you don't need none of that, we can go right over and I'll introduce you to my contact and we'll make a little exchange and get you guys down into the whatever the hell it is.
Do we have everything that we need?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't plan on punching ghosts today. Not really my thing.
We need
Well, maybe we
like
should grab a health potion or
ghost
two so we don't
meat?
eat all of Jamantha's cookies.
My figure, I could never. I have a health potion, but if we'd like to go shopping, I won't say no. Do you need
Well,
any?
I don't have any, so.
I thought you wanted to die young.
Oh, they're for Jamantha. And I only want to die if it's worth it. Like, I mean, really like a story that's going to go down for the ages, not just like for any reason.
Yeah.
I'll
That'd be
write
silly.
about
That would be
it.
ridiculous.
She would
Full
rather.
disclosure, she's died a few times. Yeah.
Oh.
The recipe business is not easy, but it's okay. That's why we work so well together.
Yeah, I'm going to give Jamantha another pat on the back.
All right.
I love this cast so
well,
much.
if you die, I will write about it.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, we should stick together more often.
To be decided.
Well, I think if you want to buy like potions and things like that, Crackle's Crackpot Emporium is like two storefronts down. Crack'll probably have something for you.
All right,
Sounds
let's go
shady.
see.
I'm in.
I know. I'll
All right.
follow Farparker.
Yeah.
So, are you guys heading to Crackles, or is there any other business you would like to attend to?
I'm gonna follow this door if we're going.
Crackles.
All right, so Dazak kind of leads you, talking the entire time, not particularly about anything helpful or reasonable. You could choose to ignore him if you want to. As you walk out into the main hallway of one of the Great Ways, again, you're greeted by this expansive cavernous space, unlike anything you've ever seen. Structures reaching all the way up the cliff faces, and the way that this actually portion of the kind of city works, there is about a 50 to 60 foot stretch, and then there's a railing which looks down into another cut that goes down, 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 down in a chasm with other structures and levels built into it. And this is just, you see commerce everywhere. You see cranes affixed to portions of the cavern walls. You see forges working. It's constant and nonstop, and the population is thriving and thrumming in this space. It's a short hop and a skip down to Crackle's Crackpot Emporium, which is a very, very narrow store that is mostly just a door. And then there is a single window with some glass panes in it directly next to it that's about 3 feet wide. And then the edges of the other buildings just to begin immediately. As you kind of step through the hearth, again, you step into this room, and it is like 6 stories tall. And the shelves go up all 6 stories. And there's only about 5 feet between them. And it just goes back.
It's a lot of
Do they have a book
inventory.
section?
You don't see one. Roll perception for me.
That is a 9.
A 9. You don't see anything because it is chaos. You see books, but none of them are in any kind of organizational structure, which I'm assuming, given your background, might be a little irksome to you. They are on shelves. There are places where there are books being used to prop up other devices that make no sense to you. You see a few books with, like, liquids stationed on top of them. It's absolute chaos. You also hear constant whirring, clicking, ticking, whistling, sounds of steam coming through various devices further down the shop hallway beyond where you can see. And as you glance around, you hear click, 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 as a moving ladder comes screeching down the the right wall towards y'all and comes to this halt. And atop it hangs a gnome that is mostly mustache. He's got this big, long, huge mustache. You can't actually see his mouth. And as he looks to you to speak, the mustache moves instead. Hello and welcome to Crackle's Crackpot Emporium. How can I help you?
Do you not know how to organize books?
What?
Right out of the gate.
Alphabetical order.
What?
Right out of the gate.
Which alphabet? Draconic? Dwarven? Primordial? Abyssal? And he just like starts.
She's just gonna look at Palatana and be like, "Do you need this? Do you just hold on? Just calm down. Calm down."
What can I help you all with? I'm Crackle. This is my emporium. And he's up the ladder, probably. He's about eye height with your Goliath friend.
Just looking for some health potions.
Health potions? Oh, yes. Which kind?
The health kind?
Yeah.
Big ones, little
Trying to
ones?
keep you from not dying.
Not dying. Good clarification. I've got some that will kill you. Okay, hold on 1 minute. And he hits a button and just click, 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 and it disappears, like, down the store.
There's health potions that can kill you?
Yeah, I also caught that. Maybe don't drink anything. I don't know what to do about this. Yeah. I have no idea.
Can I just start like going at the books and just like moving the liquids off? Not even like just organizing things.
Absolutely. It's really easy
You're
for
so
you to accomplish.
She's just like,
For the record, bad health potion is not on my list of ways I want to die.
Thank you for the clarification.
Then choose a good one.
So,
Well,
She's
yes, I guess.
as you're kind of standing there, again, you hear the telltale click of Crackle's ladder as it comes screeching back down towards you and comes to a halt. Ah, here we go. And he kind of shuffles down the ladder and out-turns his apron, which has big pockets in the front, and just a series of various sized red potions tumble onto the counter. He says, take your pick. These are regular healing potions, greater healing potions, superior healing potions. I didn't grab the ones that kill
How
you.
much? You did it.
Wait. He opens one, sniffs it. Yeah, no, you're good.
Can I insight check him?
You can.
That is a 11.
Okay. He's weird enough that it's hard to tell. It's on a normal person, you probably would have been able to suss it out, but he doesn't always look at you when he's speaking. And it's hard to read his face because, again, there's not a lot of lower half to see. It's just mustache. And he keeps looking around and then looking back at you and...
All right. You know what? So how much are they?
Regular? 75 gold pieces. Greater? 300. And the superior? 2,500 gold pieces.
I've got 10.
10 platinum?
No.
10 gold. Samantha, how much do you have?
I mean, I let you carry all the finances, so that's pretty much what we got. We also offer favors.
Ooh. What kind of favors?
To be honest, probably about mid-tier favors. So, I mean, unless I can carry
How
the
about 10 gold and some boxes of cookies that won't kill you?
Wait a minute. Those Ranger Scout cookies? Did I...
Sylvana Scout cookies?
That's the one, sorry. Sylvana Scout cookies?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm.
Yep.
This flavor has been perfected over time. But yours-
Oh.
Wait, which direction? This way.
Tell you what. 30 gold pieces and 4 boxes of the cookies.
10 gold pieces and 6 boxes of...
Are you crazy? This is a healing potion. Roll
Yeah,
persuasion
these
for
are
me. Roll
scout
persuasion.
cookies. All right.
I love the chat loves that you have the cookies, Endo.
They also smell just so good.
That is a 19.
Ooh, Far Walker doing the business deals.
Tell you what, 1 mid-tier favor, 4 boxes of cookies, 10 gold pieces.
For a greater healing potion.
No way, lady.
All right, we'll take the regular.
Okay, you got a regular potion of healing there. The gold is exchanged.
I'm gonna spout
And
off
then-
a bunch of like pharmaceutical disclaimer lines about the favor that we owe, about how it can't be redeemed at any time, it will be redeemed upon our own conditions, and silence will be interpreted as tacit compliance. Thank you. Bye.
And then Farwalker's gonna hold up her hand for her and Jamantha's little fist bump.
Mission accomplished, guys. Mission accomplished. So he says, anything else I can help you all with?
I
Organize your
Me.
books better.
Wait, where did my tea coasters go?
Those are not.
I put them in a drawer.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
He withers a little bit at your gaze, which is quite...
Oh,
It's the practice librarian gaze, and he's quite...
were any of them interesting? Did you want one, or just saving them for posterity's sake?
Not this time. I will come back and adopt these and put them in my library where they will have a better home. But I cannot carry this many right now.
I'm giving you a particular amount of the reward that you're allowed to spend on books, like a book allowance.
Fair enough.
All right.
So wholesome.
No, I think we're fine. I don't know. Do you have anything else of interest? We don't have that much money, but do you have anything else?
I hate to say it, but if you can barely afford a regular healing potion, nah. I mean, I got
Alright.
knickknacks and bric-a-brac. Bric-a-brac? Brickle-brock. Whatever it is.
No, don't need extra baggage, thank you.
I already have my parents to thank for that.
Okay, this one seems like she has extra baggage though.
All right.
Alright.
Well, nice meeting you. Dalzik is just kind of leaning against the door.
Nice meeting you, Crackle. I hope you have like 2 siblings named Snap and Pop, but
How did you know?
you know, I hear things. We're very lucrative businessmen, so
Well, the Crackle family is quite renowned, I understand.
I am so far out the door already.
we're gonna catch up with her.
I imagine that we have like a leash that like is like a rope that ties on the back of me, so that when you lose me, you just tug on it a little bit, and I know to go that way. Or if I'm reading, I know to go that way.
Yes. I imagine I have certain symbols with my fan that's like, you're not here. No. Alright. I have the one I'm responsible for. How's everyone else?
We're here. I guess we're gonna do this, huh?
Yes.
We're gonna loot
Yeah.
some places.
All right, are we ready then?
Oh, you're still here. Yes, we're going.
I sure am. All right, here we go. And he leads you off he brings you down this concourse and then cuts down a series of very wide stairs. Again, they're like 50 feet of stairs that kind of run down about 100 feet onto a lower concourse and then loops around and begins cutting back along this great hall, the kind of open space off to your left as you head deeper and deeper into the city of Thraz Adun. After some walking, kind of bustling around, he leads you off to the right into, it's not an alleyway, but compared to the great kind of walkways that are in the rest of the city, it is a bit narrower, probably like 20 to 30 feet across. And he leads you down this cut, which kind of heads back into what you can kind of assume is a residential district. You see people, with clotheslines up, folks kind of like throwing water out of the upper stories, catches in a drain, things like that, as you make your way back. You reach, kind of as you're moving along through this district, what's everybody's passive insight? I know, I'm dropping the passives on you, and I'm sorry.
That is for insight, that's 14.
14?
14 as well.
14?
15.
15?
17.
17. Okay. Jamantha and Desiree. As you're making your way along, you see it starts out quite bustling in the residential area. People are going about their business. But as you get deeper and deeper into this section and kind of hook through various streets and head downwards, it's starting to get a little more subdued. Quiet. Not as many people on the street, and those that are on the street are kind of quietly going about their business. Some of them look a little tired. But you continue on your way down the street. Eventually you come to a guard station that seems to have been hastily constructed. There are probably about 7 or 8 dwarves there in immaculate, very well-crafted armor. Various sizes, shapes, and forms. All of the armor seems to be handcrafted to fit them perfectly. They all carry large halberd-like weapons, these long, almost great axe-like blades at the top of them, but they're on long poles that sit well above their heads. Strapped to their backs, they're not pulled out, are these shields. Again, these large square shields that have a slight curvature to them. and they take up most of their back, hanging as they sit there kind of at the backs of their knees. Very large, kind of very imposing figures. Not unfriendly, but certainly well furnished. Dazek kind of gives them all a bit of a wave, and they kind of eye you all up a bit, give a nod, but let you cross through. And again, this does kind of cross the entire street. Hastily constructed, though, again, very well crafted. They've moved large square boulders and just positioned them along the street to cordon it off. And there's this makeshift wall now running across the middle of the street, and the guards are just kind of milling about with a just 5-foot wide cut that people can pass through to go deeper into this. There are no civilians staying near this wall. They keep a good distance from it. Kind of as you follow Dazek still through, you step through that cordon, and off to the right, there's a few tables and benches, and you can see a few more of the guards sitting there. To the left, there is a desk that's been set up, kind of low-lying, and a stool. And there is a female dwarf there, light stubbling, huge head of hair that kind of goes up a lot before arcing backwards. And she kind of looks up at you, and she says, "Dazek, you old bastard! Welcome, welcome." Dazek goes, "Oh, Fintatine! It's good to see you. Aye, come on, look, come along. Look, come meet my friend, the Fintatine Wraithsword, the one and only great captain of the guard." And he kind of like ushers you all forward. This female dwarf is tall, imposing. Her hair adds a little extra height to her, and where the others had quite ornate armor, this is beyond compare. There is a golden sheen to it with inlays of silver that run down everything. It is not gaudy, just very, very well done, and a little over the top. So, Dazek, this is what you got then, huh? These are your, scouting party?
Hey, what was was that for?
I don't like your tone.
Well, oh, no disrespect to you, fine people. No, just... Well, there's a bribe involved.
A bride?
Bribery.
Oh, that's not fun.
She's lost interest.
Yeah, we knew that already, didn't we?
Well, yeah, but the other guards don't.
Oh, should we look more official? Is that what you meant?
There you go. Wonderful. Look, you are doing me a solid.
Mask of many faces to turn herself into a dwarf.
In front of all of these other guards that are just like
I thought
right
they were in
across
a
the
room.
way. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. No, it's all in the open. There's like a canvas kind of tarp cover, like a booth cover that's up to provide for no reason at all. I guess to cover from gravel falling from the ceiling. But it's up. Because I said it was and I couldn't hit.
Farwalker kind of like stands a little taller and just kind of like puts on a serious face.
So, you are doing me a solid. I get Dazek's business is Dazek's business. I can't get folks to go down there to explore proper. We've made it barely 100 feet down the Great Hall. It's oppressive in that space. And as you look, she kind of looks over her shoulder, and there's this massive, what looks to have begun as a intentional tunnel cut, kind of breaks into this large crack. There's still bits of debris in places, and you can't see very far because it falls almost immediately into pitch black.
Impressive, you say? Oppression is a flavor we eat for breakfast. Let's go!
Yeah!
I really
That a girl!
No. I can't...
Little one scares me.
I should.
Children are scared.
I can't send you in there in good conscience without saying the following. Ever since they knocked that wall over, things have been weird. Alright? People ain't sleeping. Folks gone missing, just disappeared. Without a trace. Weird dreams reported, especially close to this opening. I don't know what's down there, but some of my men, they think it's haunted. Does it kind of... Okay.
Spooky.
Haunted by
You
loot
laugh.
and treasure.
You laughed like that, but you're not going.
Ooh, she hit you with the logic on that one.
Well,
Got a
fair.
point.
I mean... Look, alright. Yeah, I'm a coward, fine.
Yes. Alright.
Bargain stance.
So, alright. Anything else of importance we should know?
So we got about 100 feet in. But we've had some folks use some magic to kind of... Some of the runesmiths and that, they were able to kind of cast familiars and things further down the Great Hall. It's hard to see, even with our proclivity to seeing in the dark. Distance is weird and time is a little weird back there. We know that probably about, I don't know, half a kilometer in, there is a massive collapse. That's why we haven't sent any kind of magical means or golems or anything like that any further. We haven't been able to get past that. It's a warren, this massive great hall, akin to the ones you've seen, but there's structures along all the sides. I mean, it is dwarven architecture for certain. But the records of the kings, they mention nothing of it.
So, when you say haunt, are we talking like poltergeist throwing rocks around? Are we talking specters saying boo? Like, what are we doing?
I don't know how much stock I put in it, but if one of my men said, well, why don't you talk to him yourself? How's that sound?
Spooky.
Hey,
She says,
Alright.
her?
give me a minute. And he's on the front. And she kind of walks through the blockade. One moment. Glaresmore! Front and center! Come on! And this kind of younger looking dwarf, less markings and etchings on his armor. It's fairly kind of untarnished, kind of walks in. Oh, why, ma'am? Hello. Hello, all of you. I'm Glaresmore. What can I do for you?
Tell us
You
about the
saw
spookies.
a ghost or something?
Oh, ma'am. And you see kind of Fintatane kind of look at him, arch her eyebrows, give him the look. Yeah, when I talk about it, folks make fun of me.
We would never.
I won't make fun of you.
Roll
promises.
persuasion.
None of you.
She might.
Well, see,
I
Dash.
might. I'll make fun of you if you like ran and screamed like a coward, like not for just what you saw.
See, I don't want to. Please, and she just. Boy, go on.
Oh, you did run and scream like a coward.
A little
And
bit.
maybe not the time.
Yeah, alright.
We'll laugh later.
If you had seen what I gone done seen, you would have. All right.
Yes.
I was walking.
Yes.
I was walking. We were looking at the wall over to the on the right side, and I had my spear, and Hemley was back behind me a little ways, but we had the rope, and I went up to the wall, and I was looking. There was carvings and all kinds of stuff, but some weird scratches on it, and as I was kind of looking at the scratches, well. Like it got colder and colder, and I didn't notice it right away, but it kept getting colder. And then like a face, only there wasn't a face, came through the wall. And then I screamed and I ran away.
So
Okay, that's pretty funny. I can see why people are kind of making
somebody just like
Fidgeting.
not a face
through a
running.
wall?
Come on.
I don't know. That's why I screamed and ran. I ain't never seen nobody go through a wall before. Then no, it was just like there was nothing there.
So it was an oval. So you like scream and ran from like an oval coming through a wall.
You're real mean.
Was there...
He's like on the edge of tears again.
I won't try that. Did you hear anything? Or just see a face?
Just a face.
Did
So
it
there
say
wasn't-
blue?
No, didn't say nothing.
Oh, it's probably not a ghost.
That's a sound
Never
point.
went at one before.
But was it? What was it then?
Your imagination.
She's gonna hold up a hand to high five Desiree.
She's gonna hit
She
it with
doesn't
her fan.
people.
I'll take it.
Oh my god. Can I go now? I've had enough ridicule for several lifetimes.
You
Vincent,
might need to change your pants.
come on, leave him
Was
alone.
the face like big, or was it like a person-sized face? Is it like a ghostly beast, or like a ghostly people?
What kind of creature does it
Samantha is
look
like
like?
visibly a little bit worried and slightly standing behind Farwalker.
He goes, I was kind of panicked, and it was higher up than me, and it was kind of big. I feel like it was like this, maybe like this big face.
That's a big face. Just gonna like poke Farwalker's biceps and be like, I don't know, man, that's a big face.
I'll be like, you'll be alright, Jamantha. Just gonna kind of like ruffle your hair and like knock your hat around a bit.
What
Can
did we
I
say about
please
the
go
hat,
now?
man? What
Sorry.
did we say about the hat?
Yeah, I know. Scout.
Can you
important
tell me one
respects.
more thing?
One more.
You said you barely saw it. Was it human? Was it elven? Was it what kind of creature
There were-
species does it look?
There was no face. There was no features. They were just nothing. And then like where there should be eyes, there was like drawn flesh. I don't know.
That's not nothing.
It's. Can I go now?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him a cookie as he goes. He's
Thanks.
just eating cookies. It's gonna be fine.
Thank you.
Eat your feelings. It works. I promise.
And he like walks off.
It's okay, buddy.
Right. You lot have your information. Darzik is just kind of sitting there like. You lot will be fine, I tell ya.
Sure. You best hope.
Alright. So,
Okay.
Ventinate. And he kind of glances around. That's for you. Alright. Off you go, scouting party. Have fun.
Bye.
Thanks.
And Darzik kind of goes, if you need anything, I don't know, I can't help you. You'll figure it out. And with that vote of confidence, he kind of like heads back across the barricade, leaving you all to your own devices.
Before
Well,
we
I'm
leave,
feeling really good about this.
she has a rope on me. Don't know you guys very much, but I have the sending stone. So if you want to take one, in case we get split up, so I'll hand it to Jamantha.
To with me?
Samantha,
Yes.
should I tie you to me too?
I don't know.
I got
I feel
rope.
like I've never really had a hard time.
You really only need the rope if you want her.
I think,
Nah, I think Jamantha will stay nearby. I don't think we gotta leash it.
yeah, I'm pretty good at staying behind your muscles.
Yeah. It's a lot of muscle to stay behind, so.
She's very, very big lady.
Yes.
Should
I
we
know.
just go in?
Sure. Does anyone want to lead?
I got this. Farwalker will just start heading that way.
Is
Okay.
it dark?
As you're starting, again, you kind of approach this entryway, which starts off as cut, but quickly becomes a sort of collapse. As it's not a long distance through the collapse. So as you go down the cut. It's probably like 10 feet deep, and then there's this collapse. There's collapsed from where they were working outwards, and almost immediately, where this kind of cut empties into whatever opening it fell into. It is dark, incredibly dark. Who has dark vision here?
Not.
Okay, and what is your dark vision distance? 60 feet, both of you?
Yeah.
Yes.
So for you, strangely, and you're familiar with your own capabilities and competencies, you can't see as far into this as you would expect to be able to see. Those of you without dark vision can barely see the person in front of you. As you take a few steps forward and try to gaze into this, it is almost heavy, the weight of this space. The air is dank, musty, smells of mold, and the darkness seems to weigh upon your shoulders.
I'll cast light.
All right. The distance on light is how many feet?
20-foot radius.
20-foot radius. So as you cast light out, it only seems to partially pierce this darkness, lighting up around you for about, you and your companions, for about 10 feet.
I don't like
This
it.
is a different kind of dark. Right? Right?
I can't see very well, and I usually can. Darkness does not usually bother me.
I can see maybe a little more than my height in front of me, but now I'll just keep going.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Use a stick. Poke things. Anything's
I
in
mean,
front of
I
you.
don't know if the stick is going to reach that far out. I mean, I can see a little in front of me with Jamantha here. Her cool little globe trick.
Like nothing else.
So small.
I love it so much.
Oh my gosh.
What do we just keep feeling our way down?
Use a stick.
Oh my god.
I mean, I'm gonna just, so Farwalker's just gonna go ahead and start walking. She's gonna take a little bit smaller steps than she usually does so Jamantha can stay by her. She's just gonna kind of go with confidence where she can.
As you take a step, you kind of knock a rock, and it bounces off into the darkness, and you hear the echoes from it, and it echoes, and echoes, and echoes. And you get the sense that whatever space you're in, this cavern is immense.
I don't like it here.
Hello!
Oh my god.
Hello! 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 Hello!
Was that necessary? Was that
I'm trying to be
a
safe.
good idea? Did you
Why not? Whatever's in there, we're gonna face it eventually anyway.
Yeah, but not all of us are mentally prepared for that.
Well, time to get prepared.
You sound like my dad in swimming.
prologue.
Here you go!
She skipped the prologue. We're into the real story now, I think.
Oh, crap.
Just
how we
catch
get
up and fine. Get on the same
Do I
page.
hear anything answering my call, or
Roll perception for me.
Oh no. That is a 13.
13. No. In fact, it's eerily silent. As you listen, there should be sounds of, this deep, even like in the quieter quarters of the Dwarven district, like a little bit of rock moving, sometimes gravel shifting and clattering down. There's nothing.
Right? A little weird.
Ooh, spooky.
Ah.
I guess we press on. Look for
Are we-
trinkets.
We're just gonna keep walking until we find something.
Are we going
We
like
have a
down
different
or
plan.
up?
It's a straight, as far as you can see, which is about 10 feet, it goes straight in every
Okay.
direction that you know.
As long as you're first.
Let's go.
So you're just
We're at the
walking into the darkness is the plan. Okay.
I don't like the way you said that, DM. What do you mean? So you're just walking into the
Maybe I don't
What's
want to
the
walk
plan?
walking into the darkness.
Cool.
I don't want to
No,
walk into
this
the
is
entirety of the
good.
darkness.
This is good stuff.
Everything is darkness.
So as you kind of begin to walk, you walk for about 10 minutes. And who's taking the lead here? It's still our Goliath friend?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
still far.
If no one else will step, yep.
Go ahead and roll a survival check for me.
All right. That is a 16.
Okay. You're not sure why, but you feel like for now you are heading in the right direction. Like you're maintaining the course you were headed. Right direction might be a little subjective, but you've at least managed to keep your bearings enough with the oppressive pitch blackness around you to continue in a straight line. But you're starting to get the feeling like that is going to become very difficult. There is no way to orient yourself. There are no landmarks. There's nothing but darkness around you. Oppressive darkness and this small, flickering light held by Jamantha.
So we didn't grab a map before coming down here, did we?
Did you miss the part where it's completely undiscovered and no one knows that it's here?
I was
There
gonna
was-
say,
I mean, the guy who saw the ghost might have mapped where he was.
Hmm.
You know, before the screaming and the crying and the running. Coward.
Yes, I'm sure he thought to map that down while he ran.
like
I
a
don't know.
coward.
I'm just saying I can keep us going straight pretty solidly for a little while, but eventually, far enough out here in the middle of the darkness, I don't know how we're going to find our way back. So you want to leave, I don't know, breadcrumbs or something?
You have cookies.
I mean, that was mostly a joke, but I mean, we can do that, yeah.
As long as nothing eats it.
Can I get everybody's passive perceptions, please?
12.
14.
14.
Okay.
For no reason in particular.
17.
17 for Beltana. 14 for Jamantha and 14 for Wobery.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Don't give me that look.
No, I love it when DMs ask about my passive perception and then say nothing. That's the best.
He didn't roll
Or when
yet.
they go, oh, so you're just walking ahead. That's always reassuring, too.
We don't know that he didn't roll. He could have been using it on D&D Beyond.
That's true.
I do got this big old trait back.
I would be a horrible DM.
Secrets.
I'll like, I don't know. Should we just like shuffle our feet as much as we can while we walk? Or are we walking on stone or dirt?
As you look down, it is stone with a thick layer of dust. Very thick layer of dust.
Oh, thick dust. Yeah.
And you do see your footprints kind of heading backwards.
Sick, sick.
Oh,
Stomp the art. We're like,
we're leaving footprints either way, so best bet. I don't have any better idea than that.
yeah, hopefully.
Prince it is.
If worst comes to worst, I have Dimension Door.
Dibs.
If worst comes to worst for us,
I think you could take one person with you, Soldier. We'll come back for you, Farwalker. It's fine. I got you.
I trust you completely.
Oh Lord.
Keep going, I guess.
All right.
There's
Keep
no
walking.
like, atmospheric change. It's not like more damp or like more dry. Or,
In
like,
fact,
not
it's a little dry, comparable to the holds around you. And as you step forward, continuing along your path, I would like Wilbury again to roll survival for me.
You got this.
Ooh, that is 22.
22.
Ooh.
Okay. You are
It's
maintaining.
the one thing she's good at.
You're maintaining a course like straight down. You're quite positive that you're kind of keeping your bearings just off of natural instinct as you cut straight through this darkness. Beltana, you glance over your shoulder for a moment, and you swear, through the darkness and the haze, you're not sure at what distance, you see a flicker of a slight purple light. It's there for a moment and then it's gone.
I saw something purple. Like, it was light. Maybe it's just spooky stuff. Maybe it's
Like,
not.
just
Maybe it's just,
out?
you know,
You're
like
very casual about that.
glitter or something I got on myself. It is not like. Don't worry about it. Let's just walk.
All right. Now she's gonna be looking for a purple light.
I'm gonna worry about it a little.
So everybody roll perception as you walk. Who is caring?
That would be a natural 20.
Okay.
Which is
That'll be a 9.
I got a 10. High five. Yeah. It's your confidence in your direction
As a
is giving me
15.
confidence.
15.
So
Okay.
we're just minding our business.
Now that you're paying attention, nothing. Oppressive blackness. As you move deeper and deeper, the only sounds your own footsteps. As you cut a path following your very savvy barbarian deeper down this huge dwarven hall.
Maybe if we don't think about it, or look at it, or pay it any mind, we'll see something. So everybody forget about it.
I
Yeah, that tracks.
like to inform you that that's not how intrusive thoughts work.
Think about something
Sorry.
else. Think about
Don't
puppies.
think about the purple light. Think
or-
about fountains that look purple at night and the lights shine on them like purple lights. Dang it, you're right, this doesn't work.
It doesn't. But thank you for aptly proving my point.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Let's keep moving.
All right. You continue moving down this great hall, and you start to lose concept of how long you've been in here. You didn't see the daylight when you were in the dwarven holds, but there was an ability to differentiate time by the way the city moved, by the way the city behaved. There's none of that here, and beyond that, it's oppressively dark. You can't see beyond your kind of 10 feet bubble, and it feels like you've been there for eons. As Wilbury, you kind of take a few steps, and then your foot hits a large kind of rock. And as you look up, there is this, just captured by this dim light around you, a collapse. There's rubble that runs all the way down, and as you look up, you can't see very far, but the rubble goes up and up.
Well, that's a dead end.
So there's
DM, does it look like kind of rubble that like I could climb?
Initially, yes, as far as you can tell. But I will give you the context of you know how tall, based on the echo, theoretically this space is. You're not sure where the collapse came from and so forth, but if it leads to the top of this cavern, there's hundreds of feet to climb.
I guess.
Do we
walk
see?
along it.
Do we see? Like, does this bridge to like left or right, or does it just like we hit a wall and we can't see if there's?
You can see to your left and your right as you look to the left and the right into the darkness. As you kind of take a few paces to the left and then a few to the right, this cut seems to run across the span of this hallway that you've been traveling downwards.
So, what now?
I say we pick a side and soldier on.
Any
Unless
particular
anyone has an-
feelings towards left or right?
Ooh.
Right is always the right way.
Hmm.
I don't know that that's true, but
I don't know. That makes sense to me.
Well, then why would they call it right?
She's got a point.
differentiate it from left. I don't know. All right, we're going right. If this is wrong, I am going to tell you. Going to have a conversation about it. All right,
I know.
right.
We're going right. Okay.
All right.
So you guys begin to proceed, now not really needing to make survival checks with this cut to navigate along and keep your bearings with. You begin to head right. It is a long walk. 100 feet, 200 feet, 300 feet, before suddenly and abruptly a stone carved wall appears before you. You feel like you've reached the edge of this grand walkway.
She's gonna check out the carvings on the wall, and then she's gonna reach into her pouch and pull out a pair of glasses. And very intently try to see if she can read what's written there.
Roll an investigation check as Samantha holds the light up.
Illuminate.
Oh, nat 20.
Okay. So the
Pretty
scene
smart
is
now.
the group of you again, and this light held up by Jamantha casting this long shadow up across the wall. As you look at most of the carvings along the wall are ornate kind of carvings telling stories and tales. It is battle scenes against orcish and goblinoid hordes. It is great craftsmen and heroes of dwarven lore. You aren't particularly familiar with those stories yourself. Perhaps one of your peers is, but as you kind of look through these, you can see that. But there are spots along these engravings, as you look a little closer with that, where something is scratching the eyes out of the creatures in the depicted. You see a dwarven general, and it's this beautifully carved feature, but something has clawed the eyes out of the carving.
Ooh. I don't like
so,
that.
remember the creepy story that our coward buddy told us?
Uh-huh.
Maybe got some merit. These are, and she'll start relaying, like, their battles and this, that, and then she'll add, but it's, all the eyes, all of them, across the board, some definitely clawed.
And that
All
is absolutely correct. As you move a few steps down and look at the next face that is depicted, no eyes. The next face, no eyes. You look up, there's a horse, no eyes.
Can I try reading it to see if I have read something like this in one of my books?
Make a history check for me. Now, are you the specific story being told by the relief, or about something that would do this to artwork?
Something that would do that to the artwork. Whether it's actually part of what they're trying to put like on the art, if it was intentional, or something that would have done that after the art was already up.
Absolutely. Okay. So as you look back Oh, well,
That's
yeah.
an 11.
An 11? You've read a few books about like sculpting and art like this. That's doesn't seem like a normal thing. The work, the craftsmanship is beautiful, and you know the effort put into that based on some of the things you've read. The eyes being scratched out is not likely something the artist would do. And you've seen reliefs like this in other parts of Thraz Adun.
So this happened. It's not supposed to happen necessarily. Yeah. There was somebody really didn't like their eyes.
Can I like take a look at the scratches and see if it was made by like monster or like weapon?
Go ahead and roll a nature check for me.
Am I good at nature? Oh, I am good at nature. Never mind. Oh, 15.
15. Not any beast you'd be familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
Not any weapon you'd be familiar with.
Can I Desiree's gonna walk up to the carvings and like look at it and like feel on it. Does she recognize it as anything? Monster?
Go ahead
or-
and make a for that
Yeah.
from like an arcana perspective or
Yeah.
depending
Yeah.
on your background, you could make a history too.
I think she's thinking more history things she would know.
Okay. So go ahead and make a history check.
Okay. What is my history? Not awful. 16.
16. Okay. As you kind of begin to investigate this, you've heard speak of demonkin beyond the confines and the constructs of the devils. And demonkin are known for sowing chaos and discord. This is an act that something like that would do, though you can't place it specifically to demonic origin. It is unlike anything that most sentient or even beasts would bother with, because it seems irrational.
So the guy we talked to before said he was looking at these scratches, and then a face appeared in the wall, right? Is the face gonna appear out of this wall? How do we, like, get it to come out? Should we try and get it to come out?
I thought you were
It-
scared of this thing.
But I want to get paid.
I don't know that we want to meet it.
I mean, if it's a demon, that's easier to fight than a ghost, right? More punchable.
Yeah, I think so. It goes like demon, ghost, slime,
Is,
the man.
is slime harder to punch than ghost? I feel like
She's
slime is more physical.
Standing there looking mildly offended that no one understands, so that's a little bit unfortunate to be saying when you're standing next to Tiefling.
To be fair, humans even easier to punch than tiefling or demon.
Oh yeah.
I'm made of paper.
Slight point of clarification also, tieflings would be devilkin, not demonkin.
Devil. You're right.
Mm,
How
can
how
I
like
cast identify?
On what specific object?
The Miro thing to see if like if
Gotcha.
it's something magical or something possessing it.
I'm gonna save you a spell slot. This doesn't look like an object per se. This is an art piece that spans the entire extent of the wall. Like
Oh,
it
okay.
goes beyond the confines of the light that you're looking at. And I don't want you to spend that spell slot on that.
does anyone have like mending? to see if we can fix the wall?
Well, I feel like we should probably try and get the demon out of it before we try and fix it, right?
I wonder if trying to fix it will get it out of there.
I know
Demon,
this sounds.
I'm out.
That sounds. Please don't. That sounds. This is going to sound insensitive. I think our job is to get like loot and things. We're not actually a scouting party. Like we could just go look for fancy things and fight something if it jumps out at us.
Okay.
Right? We're not here to solve a mystery. We're here to get paid.
Oh, that's fine by me if you see any loot around.
I don't. That's why I'm thinking we move on.
We go back the way we came and go left instead of right?
Are you saying that right wasn't right?
No.
Ah,
I'm
what's right
saying
can be
that
right
it's
at the
a close
time.
Second.
But then the other way can be right when you need to move forward, right?
We just
You
went the
lost
wrong
me.
kind of right. We went the other right. I
Well,
meant
right
the
was
other
right at the time, but now it's left, so we have to go right.
The
Ghosts
other.
everywhere. Just ghosts everywhere. No, I'm kidding.
Farwalk would be so relieved if there were.
I'm kidding. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Let's see about going the other way then. If there's nowhere else to go from here.
Okay.
What, are we going further right or back
Go-
left?
I
Or
just push Farwalker. You just go.
okay.
Go.
So you guys are going back along the collapse
Yeah.
to
Yes.
go the
if that's what
opposite
Jamantha
direction.
tells her to do, then yes.
What?
She's very confused.
I got you, buddy.
Starting to get a
Said
little.
the word right so
little
many
disordered.
times that it sounds wrong.
So again, you walk easy enough to navigate along the cut. You see your own footprints in the dust as you're walking, as you cut along back to it, and eventually you reach the point where you see your own footprints coming up. Yeah, and then you're ready to keep going. What's everybody's passive investigation?
Investigation.
9.
11.
13.
Okay, yeah, you're fine. So you keep kind of walking along the cut. Again,
Well-
continue.
I was gonna say when we pass that part, I'm gonna like write in the dust which path means what. So one is the one that we came, and the other one is the wall we checked out.
Brilliant and easy enough. You've got like the arrows in the dust.
Yeah. There's like a little heart, like a smiley face.
Okay, you kind of pause to do that, and continue then walking along, following this cut. It's about equidistant as you make your way all the way down before reaching again a large ornate wall. This one doesn't have murals. It has a few statues, these large hulking, almost like kind of like reliefs, but very very rough stone worked reliefs in the wall, and they flank a kind of wide portal. It's probably about 15 feet wide and 15 feet tall. 15 feet tall. The hall is 15 feet tall. Words are hard.
True.
So a thing.
Are we trying to take the statues?
They're about 20 feet tall.
Yeah, she asked it anyway.
Sorry. Cool. Beautiful.
She's our barbarian. She's dope.
So is that what we came here for?
I don't know. Are the statues made of anything like we want to take?
You
Maybe there were gems in the eyes of the relief, and that's what people took.
That would be a lot of gems.
Yeah, I also don't think that's true, but I'm telling that to myself.
And it wouldn't leave much left for us.
Yeah.
Jamantha, roll investigation.
Oh, 19. It's my investigation. 20, dirty 20.
Okay. As you're looking at the statues, they're cut from the wall themselves, so they're a part of this stone wall, again cut in relief into the wall, and you can just see kind of the light kind of fades beyond visibility right at the kind of brow, and you see claw marks over the statue.
Ah! gonna drop light for a second.
Oh, it goes
And then-
pitch black. Okay. Then it-
It's a cantrip, I'm okay. But Jesus.
There's
or Sylvanas, rather. Oh, my Sylvanas.
the party is plunged into darkness for a millisecond before the light comes back.
Sorry.
Sorry,
Sorry.
did I just blink or did you do that?
It has the eye thing.
Oh. So whatever it is in here further, watch your eyes, I guess. I don't... That's the
Your
only
eyes.
thing I can say, man.
Farwalker's gonna put her glasses back on.
I love it.
Did you hear what I said? Keep your eyes out for it.
Pick it up on that.
Yep, that's... Yep, part of the course. That sounds right.
I got that one.
I read a book about
Yeah.
jokes.
She's gonna start stress eating a cookie. It's fine.
Alright. So you said we came upon the statues and what else? It's the statues and...
A portal leading into the kind of wall, about 15 feet tall and 15 feet wide. Two statues flank it.
So it looks like a door-ish?
It's a door without like the actual door. It's just an
Without the
opening.
actual door. Yeah, okay. Cool. Just making sure.
And as
Are
you
there
look
any...
down it for the 10 feet, you can see it's like a hall.
Are there any, like, words or anything around the door, or is it just the statues?
There's some dwarven runes. Does anybody speak Dwarvish?
Nope.
No.
There are some
That would've
dwarven
been
runes.
helpful.
We really should have thought about that one.
And I thought,
Can I take a relief of the runes with me? With charcoal and paper?
Roll performance for me to see if you kind of how accurate it is. Because it's along the top. I didn't properly articulate this. The writing is along the top of the door in big runes that you can kind of look up and read, like signposting.
Okay, then with a 19, can I get on Farwalker's shoulders and try and like, ugh?
Yeah.
So you just like have a series of pieces of paper that you can lay out with the and you sure as heck can. So now you have this like long thing of runes.
Okay, I'll give them to Luna to hold on to and see if maybe we come across someone who can read them later. Maybe.
Yeah.
So, through the door?
We will get a bonus reward for bringing back information.
Oh, we're gonna negotiate for a bonus for sure.
Nice.
I think all of what we're getting is profit based on what we find, so... Don't... I mean, sure. Absolutely negotiate for more money. Are we going through the door? Not door. What do we think?
If no one says otherwise, Farwalker will start heading in there.
Okay.
I'll follow.
Yep.
As you follow this hallway down, all walking together with the light of Jamantha, you travel about 50 feet, and then it opens up into what appears to be like, you're not entirely sure. Again, it's very hard to see. The darkness is a little less here, it seems. You get a little more visibility. It seems to be a side street.
Oh.
And as you look around the side street, which again, you cut through and then hit the street, it ends just off to your left, but the rest of the street continues along to the right. And as you look kind of down the street, you see there are more signs of life here. There are pieces of parchment, worn and torn, pinned up to the walls in places. There are old crates and barrels worn away, collapsing in places, though still, despite possibly thousands of years, they're still fairly together, just because of the kind of dry air in this space.
are they in Dwarvish?
The posters, as you walk up to one of them and take a look, are in Common and Dwarvish. You see,
Can I
like,
read the common ones?
pardon?
Can I read the common ones?
Go ahead and do an investigation for me, because there are parts where it's decayed or very, very faded or worn.
18.
18. Okay. So with that, you are able to kind of, after cross-checking a few of the posters, it says basically in grand lettering, "Come one, come all to the opening of the newest quarter to Thraz Adun. The grand celebration will be held on the continent, or of the calendar of Goldag after, Goldag, sorry, timelines. Goldag after contact, so GCD, no, GAC.
The paper's very old.
Very old. I'm forgetting. I don't
Hard
have
to
my.
read.
I have a different
Struggling.
screen, so I can't see my notes. I'm trying to remember this. GAC 1020.
Can you repeat that one more time for me, please?
GAC 1020. So, join us for the grand opening of the new quarter to Thraz Adun at the Temple of Moradin on GAC 1020, the month of Thrazum Kun, the 4th day.
Do we have, or do I have any concept of when that is?
Go ahead and roll a history check for me.
Yeah, do any of us know how long ago that was?
History.
Oh no,
What?
we're down.
Lost the camera. Give it a minute.
Farwalker needs a break. I'm feeding her cookies.
Farwalker is like really engrossed in this this kind of poster as you're looking. And if anybody else like wants to roll a history check as well, they're welcome to for this one.
I'll roll one.
Ooh,
That is
19.
21.
21.
Ooh.
16.
16. It is GAC 3126.
Oh.
Oh.
A while ago.
By dwarven standards, this is 4 or 5 generations ago.
Damn.
We got you back. Welcome.
Sorry, minor tech issue.
You're fine.
You're
All
good.
good?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. You, so kind of everybody as they're looking at this, and you get this as well. Did we lose you, Wilbury? Oh no. Oh, you're here. Okay.
I can still hear and see you guys.
Perfect. You were just a little frozen for me, but you're good now. So everyone kind of found out. So you are in the year GAC 3126.
Okay.
Can I look through some of the crates?
Sure. As you guys kind of separate out a little bit just to take a look around the space nearby, you see like a stack of crates to the right. Just gonna kind of crack it open. Is that the idea?
Yeah, I'll like try and make sure there's nothing funny about them. But yeah, I wanna like peek in one while I can, while the nerds are reading. You know.
Yeah. Well, the nerds are reading.
And I'm gonna stick near Jamantha when she does that.
Okay, so then you've got to. Well, we're kind of shadowing you.
I hope I don't die opening the crate.
As you open the crate, easily enough, dramatic music ignored, there is just basically what appears to be debris of possibly like a little bit of residual grain or something that was stored in there.
Oh. Nothing
find
good in here.
anything?
Where is all of this loot we were promised?
Maybe we have to.
I'm
go
starting
through
to
the
wonder.
door? Like,
Do we have to what?
there's like portal, it's not. Do we go through it?
Look, I don't think the Dozek played us, but I'm starting to think that maybe that captain lady played Dozek and having him send us.
So double played through a middleman.
Either
That's
way,
what I'm thinking.
I'm going to be very mad.
What's
So,
the
I'll
roll?
throw some rounds
Okay.
with some people.
it's alright. Sit down. It's fine.
You're so cute.
It's fine.
With the 21 that you rolled, Parker,
Mhm.
the celebration at a temple to Moradin stands out.
Okay.
Moradin is the grand god of the dwarves.
Okay.
He's the head of that pantheon.
Okay.
If valuables were to be stored here, perhaps they'd be
Got
stored
it.
at the temple.
Got it. So, the flyer, it's been a very long time, obviously. We can all figure that out. But they were having a party. Grand opening of this new thing, this new land, and there's a temple. They're a great big god. I'm not really into religion. But the main one, if they were throwing a party there, and all of this has been locked up since, if we're looking for pretty things, might be where we go.
Ooh. All right. We got a little.
I don't know how everyone feels about like going and looting a temple. That's what I'm suggesting.
It's not a temple of my ancestors.
I feel like it's one of those things where religion exists where people practice it. So nobody's been here for a while. This is just a building.
We're all obviously not dwarven or caring, so let's go.
You know, Jamantha is right. She's always got a great reason for doing just about anything she wants to do.
You sell to who you need to, all right? It's fine.
Promising.
Work for the people. Let's go.
Where
So
are
smart.
you all standing?
I'm standing next to Altana at the poster.
Okay. And the
And
two.
I'm next to Jamantha.
We're by the crates.
So the two groups are about 15 feet apart. Okay.
I like that.
I don't like that question.
Screwing with us by telling us how dark it is and how far apart we are. I'm all the way nervous.
Beltana, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Come after this cute baby.
It's a 10.
A 10.
I rolled
Okay.
really low.
As you're staring at the poster, you feel yourself unfocusing and staring beyond the poster,
To like zoning out.
almost zoning out. Exactly. And as you gaze at the poster, and Desiree, you're standing right next to her, you don't see any of this.
Okay.
You see a pale white face manifest through the wall with pieces of hood hanging down the side of its head. And you take oh my god.
That's not a good phrase to hear. That's not
29 points of psychic damage.
good. Excuse me.
29?
And it vanishes.
Oh,
It is a searing
React.
pain. She reacts how she... Sorry, I'll give you the... It is a searing pain. You're distracted, zoning out. This face appears. You pause for a moment trying to make sense of what you're seeing. And then there is searing pain inside of your skull. As it feels like needles are thrust into your mind. Searing hot needles.
You said 20.
29.
29.
I apologize. I rolled really high on those dice.
It's fine.
I'm sorry.
are you sorry?
You know.
No. This is my DM every Saturday. I don't think you guys understand.
I saw a thing.
So how do you react? Am I gonna notice like that she's in pain?
I
I know I
would've
didn't see the thing.
been looking at it and just like, and then.
Okay. Are you? What's wrong?
I saw that it's a face.
There's a hood.
You saw a
You
face.
see something on that poster?
I'm sorry. Did it have eye? Are you okay?
There's needles in my head.
Whoa.
I'm gonna guess that she can interpret.
That's
what that
creepy.
means.
Are you thirsty?
No.
You stay hydrated.
No. Do you needles in your head?
I saw a face with like a hooded thing, and it was white, and then it was like gone.
Let me guess. Something wrong with the eyes.
Did you see the eye?
Guys,
Did the thing have eyes?
It was very akin to what was described to you by the young dwarven guard.
I saw what the dwarf saw.
Oh.
It was scary, and now I have needles in my head.
Hey, kudos to you though. You didn't scream or run. That was good for you.
Badass.
Good for you.
I'm gonna hand Luna a box of 10 Sylvana Scout cookies. Each cookie heals you for 1 hit point, which you can consume as an action. So, here you go, buddy. I'm sorry. Are you gonna be okay? Do you want to like?
I'm gonna let you do that up to 10 hit points.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's
they're
good berry.
both 10
Yeah,
of
it's
them.
good berry. Yeah.
berry.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, it's good
It's
berry.
good berry.
All of them.
Wait. So, did you say the paper disappeared?
Paper's still there. None of
Oh,
you,
okay.
including Desiree, who was standing right next to her, saw anything.
Okay.
I think it only shows itself when it wants to, and doesn't show it to everybody. It like has limitations. Like it showed it. Did any of you see it?
No, I saw you staring at a paper, then you kind of did that thing where when you read and then you're thinking about it really hard, so I just figured you were thinking about it really. Then you said you had needles in your brain. I didn't see anything.
Yeah.
You don't think she just
Okay.
thought too hard and hurt her head, do you?
No, I
Alright.
have seen that, but no, it's different. It's a different face.
Should one of us try to
So-
look at a different paper?
I
don't
think
know,
maybe we
like,
continue to walk.
Yeah, but
Maybe it heard us saying we were going to go for the temple, and that's why it's mad.
Well, then maybe we go for the temple.
Ooh, I'm starting to like the way you think.
I'd like to get paid and get out.
That too.
I vibe with that on a fun note.
Alright, so continuing down this hallway then?
I
Yeah,
guess so. I'm still behind Farwalker.
let's go.
I will keep leading.
Okay. As you walk, kind of continuing down this street, you see now there's, to your left, running along the walls, a series of various structures. Again, a lot of signposting in Common and Dwarvish. Some stating blacksmiths, tanners, tailors, stores like that. You do see like an old tavern sign that's kind of, it actually has the wooden beam, but then one of the chains is broken. It's just hanging to one side, kind of not even swinging. The air is so kind of thick down here, it doesn't really seem to move. It's just hanging there. The depiction of a boar's head with an apple in the mouth upon it. Just continue along down the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unlikely, but can she, as they're walking, I know she's only got a limited amount with her dark vision, but like from what she can see, does it look like everybody just picked up and left, or does it look like the town, like square, has been like upturned and people ran?
Roll investigation for me. As you're kind of making your way down your street, you're clocking things and taking in
Yeah.
information.
+3. Slutty 20.
Okay. It is not, as you kind of like glance in some of the buildings as well, not a lot of them are completely furnished. And there's a lot of carts in places with furniture loaded on them.
Okay.
But the strange thing is, it looks more like they were moving in. You don't get the sign of evacuation. You get the sign of people beginning to place things to make a home.
So it looks like people were like moving in and then suddenly disappeared?
Yeah, you could say that.
Anything particularly valuable on our way?
As you're looking with that, you kind of glance at a few carts. You're seeing like a few pouches of gold and places and things like that. You probably come away with just that investigation, like 20, 30 gold pieces.
Dope.
Again, weird for pouches of gold just to be kind of left laying around.
Just lying around. Yeah, I've been making it.
You're looking for valuables.
Okay.
Is there...
I know I just asked a question, but on their way, since they're just like going straight through the thing, unlikely that there's like a map or anything around, but is there like any more signs like indicating where the temple might be, since they had
Street
things
signs,
about
maybe?
like more festival signs?
You see similar, so there's posters, those posters with the comment on them are everywhere. You see more of those big, long, engraved words up on the walls. They are all in Dwarvish.
Okay.
It's like navigating an airport in a country where they haven't, like, with a language you're not familiar with.
And I'm guessing they're are we just heading straight through, or like is there a building that we see that is bigger than the others?
The inn was probably the one that stood out the most to you.
Cool. So we're just keep walking?
I guess so.
Okay, you guys continue down. The dust is still just as thick here, but the darkness is abating a little bit, little by little, as you get deeper. It's getting a little... It's still dark. You still need the light to be able to see, but the weight crushing that light in seems to be relaxing a little bit. It's reaching its maximum potential. And for those of you with dark vision, as you reach the end of the street, you see it just comes to an abrupt stop again, with a short storefront here and a storefront directly in front of you. And then there's another portal cutting back in the direction that you had come in initially. You're just much further down the way now.
So we think that it goes the same way? You think it heads back that way?
You could likely intuit that it would head back towards the Great Hall that you had been initially walking down.
Do we see any items just kind of left in the storefronts?
Go ahead and roll a perception check for me. $24. Okay. As you look, the first store looks to be some sort of tailor's. There's mannequins. Everything has been, like, decayed off of that. But yes, there are mannequins.
No.
Sorry.
No.
To the left is a armor smith and weaponsmith. You also see some, like, mannequins there, and they are donning suits of armor. There are stands with, like, weapons and blades. A lot of it still appears to be being set up. These stores weren't necessarily finished. There's a lot of signs of moving in.
So weird.
Took care of everything here right quick.
I'm gonna say, hello?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Or shit, how do you say hello in Dwarvish?
None of us know that.
Damn it. We don't even, like, kind of know what it sounds like.
You just answered
I'm
by
gonna
an
call
echo.
out. I'm gonna call out hello in giant.
There you go.
Okay. You do so. Again, you're greeted by an echo.
Ooh.
Worth a try.
I'll try hello in Dwarvish.
You're greeted by an echo.
They're a small two.
It was a good shout. Gnomes.
She's gonna do the same thing in Infernal, just to throw it all out there, which sounds not great, echoed back.
So yeah, as you guys start to do this, like the echoes kind of mingle together as they come back to you with weird staggering, and it's eerie again as the space is kind of filled, the echo reverberating off the halls and walls that are all around you and coming back to you, but you don't receive an answer.
Okay. But, so we can't see the temple.
Right.
You can't see the temple from here.
And was there only one way to go on this street?
So yeah, the way I'll draw it out really quick for y'all so you can kind of, well, so you came down the Great Hall when you initially entered.
Yep.
You hooked down the cut, so as there was the collapse here, you hooked down the cut and entered a side street that kind of bypassed the cut. You're at the end of the side street. There's a portal leading back towards the Great Hall.
Okay.
You're not sure if the collapse has come down everywhere or if this will get you back into that space, but you have circumvented, at least to some extent, that large wall.
The
of
large
rock.
wall. Okay.
If you decide to go down that cut that leads you back towards where the Great Hall should likely be.
Do we?
Might as well.
Well, that I don't have any other direction, so
Do that. You only live a few times. Let's go.
A few times.
Onward it is.
Well,
just
you know.
keep going. It's fine.
All right.
Okay. So, as you begin to move down that portal, again, it's probably about 50, 60 feet. As you hit the 40 feet mark, there is a slightly dull purple glow coming from the end of the hall. You can't see the source of it. It doesn't seem to pulsate, it's just a slight color. And as you take note of this, we're going to go ahead and go to break.
Ow!
All right, everybody, we will be back in 10 minutes. Allow us some grace to get a quick drink of water and get some cool air. Thank you all for sticking with us. We have an amazing turnout today. You guys are the best. Our cosplayers are amazing. I love this cast. We will be back soon. Welcome back. Hey!
Hello.
Air horns, fanfare, please. We're back. Hey, everybody, thanks for waiting. I wanted to do something really quick before we go any further. Because of the way we introduce this session, our amazing cosplayers never get to announce all of their socials and things like that. So I was hoping to really quick ask for our participants to do a little bit of self-promo, because you guys are coming here and spending 4 to 5 hours with us out of the goodness of your heart, so we really appreciate it. So, do you want to start for us, Luna?
Hi.
Sorry.
I am Lost Girl Mikachu on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. And I think I can put that in the chat.
You absolutely can. Please do. All right, Lexi?
I am Lexi the First or LexiTheFirst.cause on pretty much all of them: Twitter, Insta, TikTok, YouTube. But it's the name.
Hell yeah. Hendo?
Hi, I'm Hendo Art on all the things. Whatever the thing is, I'm Hendo Art there.
Parker?
I'm always here. But hi, I'm Parker Bliss on all things social media.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Again, really very much for coming and playing with us. These characters are amazing. The cosplays are amazing. It's huge. So.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah!
Thank
Okay.
you.
So, we left off with all of you standing in this hallway, heading back in what you assume to be the direction of the Great Hall. There's a dim purple light lighting the end of the hallway now, and it is getting a little easier to see consistently.
And we can all see it?
You can all see this light, yes.
Does it look like anything I would know magic-wise?
Roll an Arcana check.
No, it does not.
No, it does not.
7. I rolled a 7.
I'm afraid not. The light.
Do you guys see the light too?
Uh-huh.
Don't go towards it.
Wait, didn't you say you saw a purple light earlier? Is this the same?
They're all the
Maybe
same.
it's following us.
This is
Or are we following it?
a much bigger source to cast a light source light, or to cast it this visibly. What you saw was a flickering of a purple light.
These are big.
Maybe it's the dad light?
It has a mom and a dad. I don't.
Okay, we're gonna unpack that later. So, moving towards the light then?
You just said not to go towards the light.
It's a joke. It means don't die.
So we are going towards the light,
We are going towards the light,
but not dying.
not dying.
Got it. All right.
But
You have to make
Go
the
ahead and start walking
instructions
towards it.
for her.
So you start walking towards the light. Okay.
Yeah.
It's about
No metaphors.
it's about 30 to 40 feet, and as you kind of make your way, can I get a marching order?
I'm in the lead.
Yeah,
I'll
you
be
are.
I'm behind Farwalker.
I'm probably very last. Really would put
Very last. Okay.
Baltana in front of me.
Passive perception for you, Desiree.
Cool. Passive perception is 12.
Just as your companions begin to set off and you kind of close in behind them, you swear you catch out of the peripheral of your vision something cut straight across the hallway behind you, coming out of one wall and disappearing into another.
Out of the wall?
Straight out of the wall.
Excuse me?
I don't mean to alarm anyone, so don't freak out. But, I think the thing from the wall is following us. I don't.
Great.
It was just a shape. I just saw a shape run.
It seemed almost like a dark hood that formed then into a robe that kind of
Okay.
ran, and you're not able to tell if it was walking or not with that passive.
So some dark hooded thing ran out of one wall into another wall and is probably following us. So
Cool.
So
Great.
That's gotta be fun.
keep moving, I guess.
Means we're going in the right direction, right?
Oh,
Ugh. I'll keep going.
now
Still
act
going.
for that as they walk forward.
I'm gonna hold on to Farwalker's belt now as we go forward.
I gotta have a hand on my great axe, like.
As you approach the very end of this hallway, having paused to speak with Desiree, you get 10 feet, and the purple light flickers out.
Ah.
And you fall into darkness for a moment as your eyes have to readjust. And as you kind of blink it off, you're in dim light now.
Oh, okay. So I don't need this.
I mean, it would help still, but
Oh. Okay.
you have a little more visibility.
I don't have dark vision too, so
That's
y'all are crazy. My barbarian flesh.
Just
Come on.
you're not sure
going.
where the light is coming from now. It's not the same purple light from before. It's just a slight gentle light diffusing the space.
And we're still heading towards the Great Hall. We haven't gotten there yet.
You are
Just
about
got
to
to the end of the
step
hall.
out into it. You're
Okay.
about 10 feet from exiting the portal.
Okay. So let's go.
These are very
see what
spooky
ended up.
times.
What?
These are very spooky times.
Yeah.
Very
yeah,
spooky.
yeah. Let's get the fuck out of here. Yeah.
So this time,
Oh.
A child.
What? Me?
Nothing. If that's no, it's fine.
Because I
We
said.
spoke like an. How old are you?
14. If you think that's a cool trick, you should see me with a staff.
Leave it alone.
Okay.
Leave it alone. I love it.
As you step out into the kind of main hall, this time it's a little different, and you have a little bit of better visibility. You are stepping out onto basically a bridge that leads outwards. As you glance to your left and right, there are these railings, and this bridge goes out with drops to either side of you, and then reaches this kind of grand byway that runs straight up the middle of this room. Again, the room before you is the same massive space that you had seen in the original dwarven structures, and that you can assume it was like in the kind of front area that you were coming through in the darkness. It's a very large space, but the walkways are suspended.
I don't like that.
I'm gonna like just reach a foot out and put it on the bridge and kind of tap it.
Seems well made.
Well,
Are there any stones on the ground?
A little bit of gravel here and there, but nothing major.
I want to gather as many as I can and just kind of not throw it, but like see if it does something.
Onto the bridge or off the edge?
On the bridge.
Okay. You throw it. It's fine.
See, it looks like it's fine. We should be fine.
seems dirty.
Yeah.
Are we gonna?
Sorry, I
Doing
missed
this?
a tiny bit of that. Can we see the end of the bridge or nah?
So the bridge is kind of, you've got this narrower bridge that leads out, and then this massive suspended byway that has these huge pillars. You can kind of see them off to the edge, that holds the main roadway, which is probably about 200 feet across, that runs straight up, cutting this hallway further down the hall. Again, this great hall that you look up, you can't even see the roof, the ceiling disappears in darkness. There's this byway cutting it, and you can see now as you look to your side, there's drops again down into darkness.
We should be fine, right? A little bit of
Yeah.
adventure never killed anybody.
That's
Hey.
not in all of the books you've read.
That's right. Like Jamantha says, you've got a few lives.
Yeah.
All right. And
Dildo.
she's gonna go ahead and step onto the bridge.
Okay, you step onto the bridge and you fall six. No, I'm fine. You're great. You're golden. You really are good. Nothing happens.
No!
Josh is like, haha.
I'm so clever. No,
Oh, the cleverness.
no, you are absolutely fine. You take a few hops, nothing happens. In fact, it's
Okay.
surprising how well
Shall
it's made.
we?
I guess
It's pretty
so.
sturdy. It's
Onward.
solid.
Go.
Yeah.
So it's about
Go ahead.
40 feet across this kind of little side bridge that leads into the main byway, cutting upwards. And as you step out into this huge expanse, that you know you're standing up on a raised platform with cavernous drops to either side of you, but you seem to be standing on very firm ground. Okay. As you look off to your left, again, deeper down this chasm, you can actually see to your right the collapse. And it does go up, 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 and disappears into darkness, 200, 300 feet above you. And the rubble comes crashing down and actually kind of coalesces over this platform that you were standing on before disappearing and continuing down into the depths to the left and the right of this massive platform.
Is this the same collapse that the dwarf saw, or is this a different one?
It's the same one you saw, and you can assume that the dwarves spoke of a collapse that they made it to. You're on the other side of it.
yeah, we went around to the other side of the Great Hall. So now we're like looking.
I know. Theater of the imagination would be tricky.
All right.
Desiree is still actively looking, mostly behind them, to see if she sees anything.
Roll perception.
Don't fuck me. Thank you. That is a 21.
With a 21, as you
I hate what that face looks like.
Look-
It was.
as you look back over your shoulder, as the others are looking into this massive room and inspecting the collapse, as you look back over your shoulder, you see a hooded head disappearing into the floor.
Sorry I asked. So, move across this bridge with haste, please, because, that thing just sank into the floor.
What? What?
The thing
Huh?
sank into the floor. The
Oh, eyeball dude.
hooded, I don't know, that's... What?
The spooky man.
Yeah, I'll just, yep. So, spooky person, not gonna, could be a woman. I don't know.
Could be.
Let go. Across the bridge, please.
Yep.
So, as
Firewalker's
it
gonna-
actually stands, like, you've come across, like, a smaller bridge into a larger bridge that runs perpendicular. So you're going to be following this bridge now downwards. As you look down the length of this huge concourse, at the end, you do see the bridge kind of, again, the concourse expands outwards. The room expands outwards with the massive drops to either side. But there's this large kind of raised square, and in the center of the square sits a huge stone structure ornately carved. And in the distance, you're probably about 200, 300, now less than that, probably about 100 feet away, but it is dim light. You can just make out humanoid figures standing around the edge, the perimeter of this raised space, unmoving.
Are they unmoving?
Great
Do you
minds.
think they're statues?
Could we imply that this was a temple, or is it just a raised thing?
History check for me on dwarven architecture.
Oh my god, on dwarven architecture. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Bust out
So
those
13.
college course notes.
Give a stoneworking skill? Because those dwarves do, you know. Dwarves, best race, 10 out of 10.
Stop that. You're ridiculous.
Ugh, I'm a garbage heap.
13.
13. It certainly is a prominent structure. It is certainly well made and ornately made with a lot of detail, and it is certainly in a position of importance for a building.
So, do we want to assume that that might be where we're supposed to go?
I mean, it's the only place we can go. I'll just start walking that way.
Okay. Again, it's a little easier to see. You're just walking, like, again, this is about 150 feet across this space. So are you walking just straight down the center? Are you near one side?
Straight down the middle, yeah. No, just...
Okay.
So confident.
Yep.
Taking no side.
Okay.
No one's pushing me off the edge of no bridge today.
Okay.
Can we look out for if those hooded, like, whoever... You said there are, like, several
Perception
figures.
for me.
So I don't... Are they alive? Or are they, like... Oh, that's not ideal.
What did you get?
An 8.
An 8.
God, get out of the way, Farwater.
Yeah, Farwater is kind of a little bit in the way, obscuring. You're not really catching anything as you kind of keep your head on a swivel. Just kind of the still somewhat
Right.
oppressive atmosphere.
Please.
Camera angles. Perfect.
Excellent. But unfortunately, you're not able to catch anything with that.
Damn it.
What's your marching order? Same as before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You make your way towards this kind of raised town square, and now you're beginning to see balconies running along the outskirts of the square, kind of ringing this temple square or structure square that you're heading towards. Along the walls, there are these balconies everywhere, with entryways going further back into the main structure. And those statues, or shapes that you saw, you can see the outlines of them on those balconies as well.
So, how far is like the closest figure?
As you begin to
Statue.
close down the way, the first figure closest to you all is standing kind of to the side near the edge of this square, where this causeway you're walking along enters into the square.
How So how far is that? It's like
It's probably, if you're closing on it now, I'd say you're about 40 feet from it, getting kind of the visibility you're getting.
and it's dim light, right?
Yeah.
Can she see if this
I'm gonna wave.
if this is a person?
So perception, the wave doesn't get a response.
That wasn't as good. Hold on. What's my perception? Still not great. 13.
It's hard to see
Okay.
from this distance. You're gonna have to get a little closer.
Hate that. Do we want to see what that is?
I mean, want is a strong word, but probably we
Do
should.
we need to see what that is?
I mean, if we think that's where we're gonna get, any of the goods we came down here for.
Well, and also, if that is the temple with a bunch of figures, we need to know what they are.
Yeah.
Small.
If nothing else, even if we don't find the goods, maybe bringing back information will get us paid,
Okay, are there any rocks nearby?
Yeah, there's gravel in spots that you could probably grab.
I'm gonna pick up the juiciest rock and throw it. Not anywhere near we are. I want it to make noise over there
Okay.
and see
just-
if they respond to it.
Okay. So you yeet the rock at the wall off to one side. You just yeet, and and then there's a ton of echoing as it clatters down the wall and hits the balconies and shatters into a few more pieces, and that's just noise everywhere. The figures unmoving.
Oh, okay. It's like that feeling when you open a bag of chips in the movie theater. Ever created.
Sneak to the kitchen to get snacks in the middle of the night.
You mean opening a bag of chips during this live stream?
Oh my god.
Exactly.
So that zero reaction from them at all?
Nothing.
Let's go look at the one over there. And she's gonna point to the closest one.
Okay.
All right.
Copy that.
Straight that way.
As you walk towards it, you start to see these figures are ringing all the way around, and their placement isn't quite precise, but they're all kind of running at a specific distance around this space. You also see there is another kind of bridge extending off the square back into the wall with another portal that leads off further into the structure somewhere, but the center of this all is still that main temple. And as you walk up to the first closest figure, you get closer and closer. It doesn't move, doesn't acknowledge your existence. You get close enough to begin to see it appears to be made of stone.
It can acknowledge things.
Well, it didn't.
Does it have eyes?
As you look closer, it's easy to tell this is a statue, a very, very well-made statue of a dwarf.
Does it look similar to the statues that we saw before?
More realistic.
what position is it in? Like, does it look like an actual carved statue, or maybe it was frozen mid-action?
Yeah, did he get Medusa?
As you look, roll investigation checks for me.
Okay,
Anyone
I'm
who
like, did
wants
we
to.
find the people? Ooh, that's not good. That is a solid 4.
Okay.
I got a 19.
A 19? Okay.
Oh my god.
So you're like, Mari's like, these are statues. I don't.
It's
Why?
rock.
Who cares?
Nice
They're
rocks.
everywhere. Yeah. But you are able to tell that some of them are in slightly awkward positions. None of them are faces of terror or anything like that. They're just standing with their arms at their sides, kind of all of them looking at the temple.
Maybe we should go to the temple.
You're looking at
Yeah,
this.
so it's all just a bunch of
You want to
statues.
go to the temple. That is metal. That is some metal shit right there.
I mean, it's like my companion.
Don't use me as a. Alright. It's fine.
As the two of you are getting a closer look at the statues, Desiree and Jamantha, you're kind of watching them, and past the balcony, the dim flicker of purple light reflects off of the wall beneath the balcony as something moves along underneath it.
Did you see that? Did you see? I'm like tugging on her.
Please don't do that.
Doesn't like being touched.
Yes. Did it look like the same thing that I saw earlier? Could
No.
I tell? Okay, not
the
the same.
thing you saw before was not radiating purple light. The light
Okay.
is similar in color to the light you saw when you were approaching the concourse that you're standing on.
Okay.
And it's moving.
It's moving. Is it moving in the direction of the temple or away?
It's kind of in this cut beneath the balcony. You just see a light moving, kind of, you see the light shining up, you don't see the actual whatever it is, and it's moving along this cut, along around the temple, and as you're kind of staring in awe, the light dims and then flickers out. And whatever it is projecting enough light to throw light across these large chasma spaces.
So what do you think, like a fairy? Like,
Then let's go say hi.
looking at
And fairies like caves?
I'm looking for anything that
Maybe
doesn't
they're
scream
spooky fairy.
spectral. Are we?
Let's go. I want to start like walking towards, but like not make it all the way because I still have that rope on. So every time like I go too far, I just and then try again.
Sorry, Josh. Remind me, the statues of the people have eyes or do not have eyes?
As you look, specifically for that, they all appear to have eyes, but they're shut.
Okay.
So are we going or?
Yeah, I'm in. Are we going in the building or heading around the side to where we saw the glowing, ominous light?
I don't know
We
if
should go
following
towards
the
the
light.
light.
Oh.
Earlier, you said to follow the light.
Because there's the creepy light that comes and goes, and then there's the light, the other light is the same color but different.
That's true. All right, let's follow the light. But she's holding the rope long enough to get them back in the original marching order.
Quick point of order. The light flickered out. There is no light to follow.
Uh-oh.
Right. But you said it went around the side of the temple?
It appeared to be heading in that direction, yeah.
I
Underneath
guess
the concourse in the cut.
I'm gonna yell into the cavern, flicker again if you want us to follow you.
Roll a persuasion check. No, I'm kidding.
Damn it!
That would have been great.
I was like,
so good.
Sorry, couldn't resist. No, there is no response.
Really need to learn Dwarvish.
Why doesn't
Okay.
anybody talk to us?
Wait, so are we going in the building or around the building? Following the light, not following the light?
Is there like an obvious main entrance to this temple?
Oh yeah, there are massive wooden, bronze gilded doors that are about 3 stories tall that take up the majority of the front of this building.
Well, if we're looking for treasure, I bet inside is our best bet.
I don't. Can you move that door? Because I absolutely cannot.
Haha, I can try.
So it's
Alright,
about it's about 70 feet to get across the square up to the door. There are steps leading up, about 10 or 11 steps that lead up to the kind of front entry area, and then these doors stand before you. There are statues again. These ones go almost all the way up the front of this temple. They're these huge dwarves holding war hammers before them, arms outstretched, the heads of the hammers down on the ground. They're standing there stoically looking out, kind of from the temple out back down the causeway.
Alright, I'm gonna try and open the door.
I went to look.
You touch the door.
Yeah.
As you touch the door, it begins to swing open quite easily, but there is no scraping from the door. There is, however, the sound of crackling from behind you, to your left, to your right. And as you look behind you, the eyes of the statues begin to open, not only on the causeway around you, but on the balconies surrounding the entire space. As the eyes open, pale purple light begins to shine out. The mouths begin to fall open, hanging slack. A pale purple light begins to shine out of them. How do you respond?
I'm gonna go home.
Close the door.
Close the door. Take your hand off the door.
She's gonna close the door and then take her hand off. Well, not taking her eyes off the statues. It's like a...
So you're closing the door on you. The creatures, a few of them on the platform, begin to step towards you.
Oh fuck! No! Open it again. Get in.
Okay, open the door and go inside.
Now we're going inside.
As you begin to kind of push the door back open and hurry in, you get everybody through the door and you turn around, and the statues are now beginning to lurch, all of them towards you, beginning to close towards this temple. There are even the ones up on the balconies. Some of them are beginning to step forward and pull themselves up over the balconies, only to fall, plummeting into the abyss. You see more stepping across that bridge that was running along, moving outwards, as a literal army of these dwarven statues, all of them with glowing eyes and glowing purple mouths, begin to close on your position, surrounding you all.
Do they seem like
I
they
slammed the door shut.
Right. Did it seem like they were looking at us or just moving toward the temple?
Their heads, with a grinding proficiency, locked on specifically your Goliath.
Oh no.
I don't like it.
Is
In
there any
unison.
way? Is there any way for me to roll like an Arcana or something to know if she knows what kind of magic is usually associated with that color glowing, or?
Sure, go ahead and roll Arcana check.
Oh, that wasn't bad. What's my Arcana? It's not great. 16.
16. Not with that specific color.
Okay.
Nothing really stands out to you. But as you turn to look at the temple, there is a altar that stands above you, or before you. It's about 50 feet away. It's this huge altar. A large dwarf with a massive beard sits on this huge throne. A book open before him. There is a plaque lower down beneath where the dwarf sits, and there are dwarven runes inscribed across that placard. The center rune is the shape of and glowing purple. Two upside down. Give me a second here. I have to get my drawing a space, of course. Lore, very important. So it's oh my god, why did I bury this somewhere? I apologize, guys.
You're good.
Okay, so there is the last rune is this, right in the center of them all is this corrupted, twisted, purple growing spiral with a single ziggurat composed across the top of it. And it is sitting there, glowing and pulsating.
And you said there was a dwarf there, or was that a
It's
statue?
another statue,
And that one's not moving.
not moving. This one's much bigger.
Does that rune mean anything to me that I've seen on my travels?
Make a history check. Anyone else who would like to take a look at it can.
I would like to, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Is that
11.
for me too?
You can make an Arcana check if you'd like to.
Arcana. I think it's the same. Slutty 20.
A slutty
Ooh.
20?
Yes. 17 plus 3.
You've never seen this symbol before yourself,
Okay.
but you've heard whisperings of old gods that used iconography like this. Ancient beings bent upon catastrophe and destruction.
But this is supposed to be a temple for the main dwarven god, right?
To Moradin, yes.
Okay. So...
Timer's going.
Yeah,
So what's glowing?
There's a
The rune.
rune carved in the center on a kind of dais in front of this statue of the dwarf. There are different dwarven runes, but the center one is a kind of purplish glowing spiral with a ziggurat down the center.
Who says we smash the rune that's glowing?
I can also dispel it.
that too.
Ah, that
Should
too.
we try that?
As
I
you
don't know
say
if that-
this, one moment. Go ahead.
It's one of those
Do
things
it.
where I don't know if smashing the switch means it's on forever or now is off.
Dispel it. Do the thing.
Okay, I'm gonna
As
dispel
you
it.
say that, I need you all to roll initiative.
Ah.
Not great. Whoop.
Dislike.
This is
Thinking about
when
initiative.
puts on her glasses again.
Not good.
Where is it?
My stupid monster sheets closed themselves on me. I apologize.
Here we go. Cool.
Mine is a 12.
Okay, give me just a second and I'll do a call out.
Okay.
I have feral instincts, so I have advantage on initiative rolls.
Nice.
Fancy.
I just generally love that name, feral instinct. Like, I want to
Alright,
say I have that
guys.
in my life.
I
Right.
need 25 to 20. No?
Whoop.
Okay.
Wah, wah.
20 to 15.
19.
19. What's your dex?
My dex is 14.
Okay. All right. 15 to 10.
12.
Sorry, guys. Thank you. Sorry, Jamantha, you were 12, right?
Mhm. Oh my goodness.
All right.
That's my cat. I'm sorry. She thinks
Cat
her life is
on
very
fire.
hard.
Adorable. All right, guys. As you say, we should dispel or smash it.
Mhm.
You see as the hooded figure that Desiree you're familiar with, Beltana you're familiar with, floats through the floor. The first one, about 15 feet to your right between you and the room. As it kind of rotates up, it shows you just its back, but as it turns, there is a pale white oval where the face should be, and the eyes are kind of run out. It is going to
Decided his name is Faceless.
swoop forward at your barbarian friend.
You can dare!
And then abruptly stopping before the entire party, its cape flares outwards, and this series of purplish glowing shadow things lash out at you all. I need every single person in the party to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Oh, that's not gonna be ideal.
Okay. Saving throw? 16.
I have danger sense, which is advantage on dex saving throws.
You're good. Get an advantage there.
So 15.
Okay. Jamantha?
7.
That was
Ooh. And what was that?
a
5. Okay.
Oh, no.
These shrieking bolts of purple shadow-like energy come crashing towards you all. Desiree, you're able to kind of wear it off, and the strikes don't hit as true. But for the others of you, these energy bolts seem to crash straight through your chest, and you pull back as, again, a searing pain rocks through your belly, akin to, Beltana, what you experienced within your mind. Those of you who were struck directly take 27 necrotic damage. Desiree, you take half.
How much was that? Sorry.
Half of 27. Let me pull up a calculator for you.
13?
There you go.
13?
Oh shoot.
Yeah,
What
13
kind of
points
damage?
of damage. Necrotic.
I'm going to use Stone's Endurance as a reaction and reduce the damage by 1d12 plus 3.
Nice. Good move.
I'm
Sweet.
low.
So that is minus 13. So you said it was a total of 27?
Yes. So you're down to 13.
I'm down to 12.
14, actually. Oh, hit
Right.
points? Oh, jeez.
Yeah, because I
Took
luckily
that.
I ate these cookies.
Thank God.
Yeah.
We should give you more of those. Fuck.
That's not a lot of help. As that horror kind of comes to an abrupt bolt or stop, it kind of lets the cloak fall forwards, and the bolts kind of dissipate, disappearing on you all, and it seems to stop there. However, as that happens, a second one slowly rises from the right, this time facing you directly, coming straight through the floor. This one is kind of caught in a shadow cast from the runes, and it is going to go ahead and it disappears on you. As it kind of floats backwards ever so slightly into this darker pit of shadow, it just seems to meld with the shadow and vanish.
Did I get my spell off or nah?
You are not yet up. It is Wobury's turn. If you have a reaction spell you can cast, you absolutely may.
Oh, no, I thought we had settled on doing that before initiative was called, but I'm totally cool also with waiting.
Oh, you had dispel. You wanted to cast dispel on the rune?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the reason that there was a delay on the attack is me not having my monster sheets. They were essentially ready to come for you as you were saying it. So they're gonna go ahead and make those attacks. I apologize.
No, it's okay.
I was having to reload web pages.
Feel you.
All right. Wolbury, it is your turn.
Okay. There's still the one that's like in front of them that didn't disappear. The one that attacked them, right?
That is correct. It's standing there hovering.
Okay.
It's like almost directly in front of you. Well
All
within
right, so
5
first
feet.
thing, she's going to let out like a feral cry as she goes into her barbarian rage.
Okay.
And then she will move forward and take 2 swings of her great axe at this thing. So she'll just take her first attack
Okay, go ahead.
with the
and roll
great
to hit.
axe. Okay. That is a 24 to hit.
24 definitely hits.
Sweet. So that first swing is going to be 15 damage.
Okay. You see your blade cleaves through this creature, and while it's not exactly corporeal, you do catch this feeling of something. It's tangible. It is hittable with your attacks as you lay into this creature for 15 points
That's what I was
damage.
waiting to find out. Then she'll go ahead and swing back up for her second swing.
Make that second swing.
That is an 18 to hit.
That hits.
Sweet. And that is 16 points of damage.
16 points of damage. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You see again.
She's just like howling the whole time.
It strikes true with this creature as it begins to let out this.
Sorry. Also,
shriek.
it's actually an extra 4 points of damage total. I forgot about my rage bonus.
Perfect.
To free hit.
As you hit it. All right.
Yeah.
Up next.
Crushing it for Walker, yeah.
I gotta smack things. That's what she was built for.
Jamantha,
Favorite.
you are up.
Okay. I guess I will still try and do Dispel Magic on the rune.
Okay.
Can we, like, hear a ruckus outside, or... Nah.
As you kind of listen momentarily, you aren't hearing anything at the doors yet, but you did not bar them.
Okay. Yeah, we'll still go with trying the Dispel Magic thing.
Okay. Go ahead and prepare to cast that spell. Are you just going to cast Dispel Magic on the rune itself?
Yeah, wherever the, like, glowy...
It's the
whatever
glowy rune. Okay. As you go to do that, a creature had held its reaction, waiting for your strike, manifests into reality directly in front of you. This glowing series of purple tendrils pops into existence. Gazing straight into your eyes, there is no face. It's just a series of squirming and writhing purple glowing energies. And it is going to have you make a wisdom saving throw. I'm sorry, charisma saving throw.
Which is... 15.
A 15. The gaze of this creature locks with yours, and you find yourself unable to move as it floats forward into your body, taking control of your faculties. You are possessed.
No! Dislike.
That's our healer, everybody.
Wow. I'm doing pretty good.
You see,
Good start. Good start.
as Jamantha turns to you all with a glowing purple light radiating from her eyes and a vicious snarl on her face.
That's as vicious as it gets.
I don't know if I'm good at vicious. Rar. This will be my possession
How you
marker.
doing? Over there.
There's just this Jamantha like turns to you all. That
Yeah.
is the Kaori's turn. And Jamantha's turn. Beltana, you're up.
So it is now in Jamantha.
You have one
So we'd be-
specter. One specter out over
You're
to your
free.
right. The other specter has disappeared, and this strange, undulating, glowing purple creature popped into existence, gazed at your friend, seemed to meld with them, and then turned to look at you. And Jamantha has purple, glowing eyes now.
That's pretty cool, my dude. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna throw a fireball at one of the ones that's far away.
So so there's only one remaining horror. Go ahead and throw that fireball.
Fireball or bolt?
Is it fireball? Oh yeah, because that's two very different things.
It's a ball.
Fireball. Okay.
Fireball.
How big is this room?
So the room is about
And where are
20
you
feet
landing?
across and about 40 feet long as you look at it. So you're pointing your finger at a point you choose. You can make it that creature, but it creates a 20-foot radius sphere, and your barbarian friend is 5 feet from that creature. So they will be caught in it.
Oh. Well then. You shouldn't have gone there. Then I'm
I
gonna
can take
try
it!
I'm gonna not do it, and I'm gonna try throwing a dagger at it.
Okay.
I was here for it. It's like, it's fine.
Everybody thought that my girl was the evil one, but surprise.
Just roast your friend.
I can take the hit. No, you can't!
This is don't judge a book by its cover moment.
Okay. Sorry, I need
You're
to see if I
fine. Spellcasters that you've never played before.
That is a 15.
A 15 hits.
Ooh. 15 hits. So
Roll that
Good to
damage.
Perfect. Alright. Figure out what I roll. Oh, yes. Okay. One. It is a 5.
A 5. Okay, another 5 points of damage as the dagger kind of sinks into the creature, and it slows as it passes through its body, seeming to do damage before kind of popping out of the backside of it and clattering against the wall behind it. You hit. Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
Nah, we're good. I hit it.
Okay. We are back to... No, we're not. I'm sorry. Desiree, what was your
A
initiative?
5.
Okay, it's Desiree's turn.
Yeah.
You rolled so low that I didn't put it on my list.
It was. You have to throw that out there.
You don't get a turn.
For me, DM, is it dim light in here, dark lit?
It's
What
dim
is-
light.
dim light,
With
okay.
a kind of like slightly better lighting around that gross purple glow.
And the one fighting my barbarian friend is how far from me?
It's probably about 15 feet from you.
15. Okay. She's going to look at it
Mhm.
and cast banishment.
Oh, shit! Okay, what do you need from me?
A charisma saving throw. Don't be charismatic, you weird faceless bastard.
Where's my dice go?
You're not charming.
You're not charming.
Let's see if they are.
Don't be charming. Don't be charming. Don't be charming. His face.
What's the DC?
16.
It fails.
Ooh.
As
Wait,
you...
I fail or the spell fails or
it
it
fails.
fails?
The spell,
Oh, thank
sorry,
God.
the spell
Okay.
succeeds. As you point at this horror that's sitting there, the cape kind of flapping in the wind. What does your banishment look like? Is there a specific form to it?
Yeah. So, what her banishment is going to look like is she kind of like extends her hand, and you can see it's this like weird spectral book appears in her hand, in one hand like just kind of floating there, and it looks like this dark book, and she looks at it and says in Infernal, "Go the fuck home."
Okay. So you guys hear like as
Yeah, it sounds really impressive to anybody that doesn't speak Infernal.
yeah, it's terrifying. And then this creature seems to begin to twist in on itself over a few seconds, and then and disappears.
And the spectral book closes.
Okay.
Am I still possessed?
There's the
Yes,
other
different
one.
monster.
Yeah, I can't get to yours.
I'm just on soloed right now.
Oh no, worse than that.
Oh,
And
no.
then, yeah, and then I think that is pretty much all I can do. I'm gonna back up, if I can, all the way to the door,
Okay.
and brace myself against it, because I don't have
Okay.
any. I don't have any bonus action that I can do. It's literally just me putting myself in front of the door.
I will allow it. I'm gonna have you make an athletics check.
Athletics. Okay. That was not the best. Am I athletic? Hold on. No, it's plus 0. 12.
Okay. You brace yourself against the door.
Just a pretty face.
With that turn, the horror, the first one, has just been banished from this plane by your friend here. It has disappeared. Now, let me just double check on one thing here really quick.
That lasts for what, a minute?
It lasts, well,
It
so,
lasts. It has to last for a minute for it to be gone forever.
unless it's from this plane,
Yeah.
which
And
you're
then it comes
pretty sure it's not.
So yeah, if I don't lose concentration for a minute, it pieces.
Okay, perfect. So, you gotta hold that concentration.
I know. Yep. I have 6 rounds that I've got to handle.
And as I say that, the second creature appears manifesting from the shadows next to you, Desiree, and is going to make several attacks against you.
Cool.
It lets out this sort of strike with, it doesn't really have hands, but these like claws manifest as it sweeps up and strikes at you.
Okay.
It is going to make first. It lunges actually with this like maw that just appears as it crashes down on you. What's your AC?
13.
I'm afraid that hits
Squishy little warlock.
for 21 points of piercing damage. It's then going to claw at you.
I might go down,
Misses.
so that benefit might not matter.
Of course, both of them miss as the claws sweep at you both, clawing through the air. All right, that is its turn. Wilbury, you're up.
Whew. Okay, so there's the one that's banished, one that's attacking Desiree, and then one that's inside Jamantha.
Different creature you believe to be inside Jamantha. But one is banished, and there is one attacking Desiree. I also need you to make concentration. Concentrate. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me. DC 17. The first one was 21, so 10. So yeah, you pass.
Okay.
You are good. Okay.
But what's not good is it's 0 on those saves.
Now.
On those checks, so.
Up next.
So how far away is Desiree and her beast from me?
So Desiree kind of moved away from you. It's going to be about your full 30 feet of movement to get to her.
I actually have 40 feet of movement because I have an unarmed. When I'm unarmed, I get an extra 10 feet of movement.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Now, here's the big question. Would you go within attacking range of your possessed friend as you make your way to Desiree?
Her eyes are like distinctly glowing, right?
That is correct.
With 40 feet of movement, do I have enough movement to like
With
skirt
40
around
feet,
her?
yes, you're able to skirt around her.
Okay, sweet. Let me just double check that I'm not making that up. I know I read it somewhere in here.
Nintendo.
Yeah, I have it somewhere in there that I'm unarmored. I have an extra. Yeah, here we go. Fast movement. Speed increases by 10 feet when I'm not wearing heavy armor. Okay, yeah. So I have 40 feet of movement, so I'll like
Loop around.
skirt around her.
Okay. You are able to do so.
I just,
As you kind of like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, I literally start going towards and do like a whoop around and then get to the beast attacking Desiree. And I'll just be like, "Are you kidding me?" And she'll take the first swing of her axe at that beast.
Okay, so go ahead and roll the hit.
Ooh, that's a nat one.
Okay, that misses as your axe goes cleaving through and cracks, kind of leaving this big gash along the side of your axe, kind of messing up one of your favorite axes as you... but you are still holding your axe and able to make your second attack.
I'm so angry, and I go and make my second attack. That one is much better. That's a 25 to hit.
That sure as heck hits.
Definitely an improvement. That is 8 damage.
8 damage.
No, oh, sorry. 8, 9, 10 damage.
Okay.
With the, I forget my rage bonus, so 10 damage.
Again, it lets out another howling shriek of pain as you carve into it with your axe. Up next is the quarry / Jamantha. Jamantha, if you were compelled to hurt your friends, what would you do?
That's a good question.
Terrifying question.
You
Really.
can have your pick of Sacred Flame or Toll the Dead.
A
Toll the
healer.
dead on who? You know what? I'm going to pick for you because it's not fair to you. And also the quarry would have an idea. He wants to hit the big hulking one that's flailing the axe around, I think.
Probably the one that just passed me.
Yeah, the one that kind of was like, whoa! So go ahead and cast Toll the Dead on your barbarian friend.
All right.
No.
That is 13 necrotic damage.
So I believe that's a saving throw. Is that correct for your barbarian friend?
It's a... Oh, yeah, wait, hold on.
Let me
Okay.
check for you here. I'm sorry.
Farwalker's face is like very like visibly like
So-
heartbroken about this
wisdom.
attack.
Wisdom, so go ahead and roll a wisdom saving throw. The DC is 15.
Oh, right. Oh,
That's a 3.
A 3. So go ahead and roll 2d8 of necrotic damage for me.
it's 13.
13? Okay, so you
13,
take
okay.
13 points of necrotic damage.
That was a great roll.
You just hear this. What does that look like, though? Please provide us with the flavor. Even though I make
Oh,
you do
for
it.
Toll the Dead?
Yeah.
Let's see. What should we have it do? We'll have it be like a big... So, Sylvanas, his nickname is Father Oak. He's the father of nature. So what it is a giant oak branch comes and just bitch slaps you. Kind of like the Whomping Willow style. Yeah.
Just get, you see like Jamantha with this like twisted grin on her face and these purple yellow eyes. Just kind of, it snarls up a little bit more. And then you just get bitch slapped by this oak right across the face.
Farwalker's like, you gotta be kidding me!
All right, Beltana, you are up. There is a horror near the back, being faced down by your Goliath friend and your Tiefling friend, and Jamantha is casting this horrific grin around the room, smacking your Goliath friend with her god's branch bell.
Do I get a save again, or I'm just...
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, please roll a charisma saving throw for me. Thank you.
Please be careful.
Come on, personality. Oh.
Oh no.
Okay. Well, that's a... You said charisma?
Charisma.
That's a 7.
Oh, I'm sorry. You feel yourself fighting back. You're like, why? Why are you making me do this? And you just hear these constant manic whisperings inside of your mind, and they are a barrage of voices. Thousands of voices screaming in unison, but with no coherence to them inside of your mind.
Good times. Cool. Sick. Dope.
Yeah,
Awesome.
nice, great, wonderful.
Cool. No doubt.
Thank you. Yeah, so you'll get a charisma saving throughout the end of your turn every time, Hendo.
Okay.
That makes it Beltana's turn.
So we have another one of the things that Des tried to banish.
Yes. And Des
I
is
banished one.
holding onto that banish right now, but there is another one.
I am gonna cast banishment as well.
Oh, great! Okay.
I forgot that I had it. When she
So-
said it, I was like, I think I
Tag team
have
it.
Look at this
I can't.
squad. Okay, so I've got to make a charisma saving throw on this one as well. Double banishment, gang.
Management squad.
Unfortunately, this one does shrug it off. As you see it kind of, you feel the reality bend around it, and it kind of, with this horrific screeching wail, breaks free of your attempt to cast it off of this plane.
Unfortunate.
Sorry, guys. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
I don't think there's anything we can do.
Okay.
I'm like much more.
Time of her life being possessed.
You guys are amazing. All right, Desiree, you're up.
My eyes.
My turn.
Yep.
Nope. I am going to cast Armor of Agathis on myself.
Okay, that's a good shout.
So I'm gonna do that. And then, Josh, just for my clarification, if I have a health potion, it is a bonus action.
It is a bonus action to use health potions. That is correct. Thank you, Almighty Benevolent Father, Mr. Shikadance.
Thank you. Then she's gonna take her potion of greater healing that she
Okay. So you go ahead and roll that healing on that potion.
had. Yeah. Give me 1 second.
And what level did you cast Armor of Agathis at?
It is 4th level.
So you get 20 hit points
It's a
off of that?
warlock. Yeah, I have 20 temporary hit points.
Perfect. What does that look like?
And same book appears from nowhere. And this time it just kind of floats there, and then it like ices over, and then just into her,
Okay.
and then that's it.
There's like this cool mist now radiating off of Desiree.
Um,
All right.
So, 4, the last one. 12 plus 4 is the last, right? 40. So yeah, so 12 plus 4 is 16. Okay, that's it. That's her. And then that thing is still right next to her, so
It is, yes.
she's not gonna move.
Okay. And as you do hear, or as you kind of reach the end of this order here, you hear a of a stone hand touching the door. You need to get your person with cell magic out of here. As this horror kind of turns to look at first Desiree and then Wilbury, it's going to bite at Desiree and then make 2 claw attacks at your Goliath. Okay, so first the bite attack. That misses. Freaking dice. All right, claw attacks on our Goliath friend. Are you kidding me?
Kind of sad it missed.
9, 10, 11, 12, 16 to hit.
That hits, yeah.
Okay. 4. What's that block? 13 slashing damage. Are you resistant to that? Enrage?
Oh shoot, wait, I am.
Okay, so you take half
Yes.
of
Aha, so
that. 6 points. Of
6 or
slashing.
7.
6.
Sweet.
The first claw missed, the second one raking across but not doing quite the damage you would think it would do to you. With that, it is that creature's turn. That makes it your turn. Wilbury, Goliath.
Haha.
Sorry.
All right, she's just gonna same thing. Take her first axe strike at this dude right in front of her.
Okay, go ahead
So
and
she's
roll
gonna
the hit.
like take that hit and basically come right back from the hit with her swing.
Awesome. I love it.
And it's not gonna be great. It's gonna be an 11 to hit.
11 to hit, unfortunately misses.
That's fair. And then so she'll come back with the second swing.
Perfect.
And that's going to be, somewhat great. It's going to be a 13 to hit.
That barely hits.
Ooh, okay. I will take it.
Roll that damage.
Goodness. That's 8 damage.
8 points of damage. Did you add your strength to that as well for your...
I did.
Okay.
Yes, I just rolled real bad this round.
Okay. This creature, again, seems to be holding on, doing a better job of maintaining itself. That brings us back to Jamantha's turn. Jamantha, you need to hurt your friends. You need to make them go away. The voices, the millions of screaming voices, command you to do so.
Yeah, if they... Oh, guys, you could just get organized. Which spell? Hit them with... Give them the Sacred Flame? I'll give them the Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame? Okay.
All right.
So I believe you have to make attack with Sacred Flame? No, sorry, who are you attacking? Do you want me to pick for you again?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. It's the creature is kind of, its attention is snapping back and forth, and you know what? This Desiree person banished one of your creatures. How could it do that? So Desiree, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Yeah. Wait, am I dexterous at all?
This is
Not really. 15.
Unfortunately, meets it, beats it.
Meets it, beats it?
So you go, Jamantha, to what would your Sacred Flame look like? Though it does miss.
It's a bunch of like glowing autumn leaves. Right? So they look like flaming leaves kind of, but it's more of like a radiant flame.
Okay, amazing.
And what are you just gonna like okay.
She's literally going to take her fan and be like, did you just try and burn a tiefling?
Oh, I love it.
All right. That is your turn. And the
Wait, do I get to try and save?
Yes, you do. Thank you for keeping
Fine,
me on.
possess me forever.
I just want to move along. I'm like, no, you work for this terrible creature now. I'm sorry,
You
I
work
keep
for them
forgetting.
now.
What'd you get?
That's a 16.
You
16.
feel yourself now surging up with Sylvanas' strength welling inside of you. You feel as this green light breaks from your eyes, the purple dissipating as this creature suddenly shudders and is shot backwards. This writhing mass of tendrils of energy, this purple radiating kind of in this explosion of purple and green, is knocked out of you and stands before you now, writhing there like...
What happened?
You are back in control. And it is Beltana's turn. Poor Beltana.
Do the thing.
Yeah. Let's do a thing. Where's the creature that I tried to banish? How far away is it?
It is about 15 feet from you. Between you and it are your Goliath, kind of in the main room, and then next to it is Desiree.
Get away from me. Then I am going to I'm gonna use the firebolt.
Firebolt. Okay, I believe you have to roll to hit with Firebolt. Is that right? Let me double check.
Yeah, to make a ranged spell.
Okay. Go ahead and make your ranged spell attack. So you're gonna roll a d20. You're gonna add your spell modifier to that.
Heck yeah.
Which for you should be... I can tell you if you're not sure.
The spell attack modifier or just the
Your spell attack modifier. So for you, it is... Pages are loading. That's going to be a +5.
That's a 9.
Unfortunately, a 9 misses, and I believe this has to hit to do its damage.
Yep.
Yeah, unfortunately, these bolts of fire shoot from your hand, and it kind of shifts to the side, and they crash against the wall, kind of scorching up the stone wall, but unfortunately not making impact with the creature. I'll I'm sorry.
Did something.
The dice are being mean, Beltana. I apologize.
I don't think you're gonna wipe
I
our
keep
party
switching
right
between them, but they just don't like that.
All right, Desiree, it's your turn.
Cool.
You said it was dim light, right?
Yeah.
Dope. And you said that she could feel the stone hand on the door?
You heard at least one hand hit. It didn't really seem to push. It was just kind of a like placing its hand against it.
Okay. She's going to. Where is it? Features and traits. Find it. Yeah. She's gonna use one with shadows.
Okay.
And dim light or darkness, she can become invisible.
So you just go
For,
invisible?
her action. So she's just gonna go invisible.
Okay.
So she's just gonna pop out of existence for a second, or appear so.
Mhm.
And then I'm gonna have her move.
Okay.
For 30 feet, or like at least a little bit away from the creature that's got her pinned against the door, essentially.
Okay, then take a few steps away.
Yeah, she wants to just. I'm trying to like picture it in my head. She wants to avoid like it.
Okay.
Um,
So it will
put some
still,
space.
if you step away from it, despite having
Mhm.
invisibility, it can still make an attack of opportunity against you with a disadvantage.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. It can take one.
So it's going to make an attack.
She's just trying to move back towards her friend.
Fair. You kind of push away, but you're still trying to stay next to the door, right?
She's not. She's
Oh,
not trying to
sorry.
stay next to the door. She's trying to make her way back over to Bel.
Are you kidding me? What's your AC?
13.
Just hits. I'm sorry.
That's totally fine. Take 20 points of cold damage, Josh.
Ow, you monster! I'm actually only going to take 13 points of cold damage because it
That's
hits you for 13.
Um,
But
Also, Desiree actually gets resistance against that because I forgot I have ancestral protectors while I'm raging. So the creature that I attacked on my turn has disadvantage against anyone in my party other than me, and the person in my party gets resistance to their attack.
oh, that is really good.
So what do I do now?
So
What about
you
that
take
last
half
turn?
damage. So
I take half damage.
Because
he takes
You
13
literally see like the
full.
spirits of my ancestors.
Yeah.
Like Spirit Goliath starts surrounding you to cut the damage in half.
That's so
Very
nice.
cool. So he takes the full 13 damage from hitting you. You take half of it
Okay, so I
on
take
your
half
temporary hit points. Well played, guys. Well played.
Hey,
damage. And then you need me to make another con save. Yes.
I do. It's a DC 10.
Okay. And that is a 12. So
Okay. You maintain the banishment on this beastie.
Cool. I'm keeping track of how many turns.
All right.
And
That's
that's
the dream, right?
my entire turn. I was just trying to move back towards Baltana.
This creature in the corner is going to panic. And it's going to do the same maneuver that it saw its counterpart do when they first entered the room. So, I need everybody to make dexterity saving throws. As purple bolts of light, its cape flaps upwards and purple bolts of energy begin streaking from its form out at all of you. It is going to, though, however, hit everything, including the creature that is currently facing
Oh,
Jamantha,
Oh.
which fails.
17.
17, pass.
9.
Fail.
That was with advantage.
Ooh. What else we got? Jamantha?
16.
16. That is a pass. How about you, Beltana? Doing math?
15.
15 just fails, I'm afraid. So, 1 second here. Let me just math this. 4. The bolt into the quarry. So, Beltana and Wilbury, you're each going to take 27 necrotic damage.
Beltana is going to get my spirit shield, and she can reduce that damage by 2d6.
Oh, Beltana, reduce
It's a
that
reaction.
damage. You decide who rolls on that. Good reaction. Desiree and Jamantha, you're going to take 27 half. So 13 of necrotic.
So that's 8 damage that you don't take. As again, you just see like Goliath's spirit guardians coming up to block some of that attack as it comes for you.
Dope, dope, dope.
So how much damage do I take?
So you
What?
see the total is 27.
27 minus, how much did you roll?
Minus 8 for Beltana.
So you take 19 points of necrotic damage.
I am a goner. I had
No!
12 hit points.
You had how many?
I had 12.
So you see Beltana takes this bolt, catching her straight through the chest, and she slumps to the ground unconscious.
Your girl can't heal.
Okay. That is
But I have
its
a
turn.
potion.
Okay. It is this creature standing before you's turn, Jamantha. It is going to... This strange searing screech is coming from it. It is going to go ahead and attempt to project itself into your mind, causing as much damage as it can. As this screaming inside your head again begins to build, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, please, dear God.
Oh
Okay.
Lord, Sylvanas, help me! Oh, an 18. Wait, you said wisdom?
Yeah.
22.
Okay, so you take half damage. It's going to begin to amplify these screams now in Wobury's head as well. So I'm going to have Wobury make a DC wisdom saving throw as well. So you're going to take half damage there, Jamantha, which is going to be 9 points of psychic damage.
Damn.
Okay, thank goodness. That is a modified 20.
Modified 20. Okay, you succeed.
Yeah.
Also taking 9 points of psychic
Okay.
damage.
I'm not doing great.
Okay, that's its turn. Jamantha, you're up.
Okay.
You still have your dispel magic. It got to you before it went off. Gonna say.
What?
The dispel that you were going to use,
Yeah.
you still have that. It's not taken.
Like
you
this slot, or what do you mean? Like as
It interrupted you doing that spell, so
Yeah,
he's saying.
I'm
like,
saying
it
you
happened
have the
for a
spell
while.
slot still.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I'm actually gonna cast Beacon of Hope.
Okay.
So, for Beacon of Hope, you have advantage on Wisdom saving throws, Death saving throws, and if you do anything to heal, you heal for the maximum amount possible.
Oh. What does that look like?
Ooh, what does that look like? Let's see, what's some nature bullshit that I can throw in here? What it's gonna look like is, you know how like when you look up at trees from below, it has that really pretty glowing halo?
Sure.
It's gonna be like a big leaf up at the top of the ceiling that's casting that pretty like leaf from below glow.
I love it.
I like
And what's the area of effect on that one more time?
It is 30.
Okay,
It-
you're all within that. I'm gonna say Beltana included.
Sick. So for anyone who has like a bonus action of like a healing potion, you get the maximum amount of that. But I don't think do anything else because I can only cast another spell.
So
if
you
that
can't
was-
cast 2 spells unless it's a cantrip and a spell, and you also have to have bonus action managed as well.
Yeah. So
I don't.
just-
Let's see. Do you have any? You don't have any bonus action cantrips, yeah. So you're kind of.
no, I don't. So I'm just gonna make myself look as small as possible.
Okay, this creature is just like their undulating mass of weird glowing ribbons of light. That is your turn. Beltana, can I have you make a death saving throw with advantage?
That's a 19.
That's a pass.
Yay!
Okay. Beltana, Desiree, You're up.
Oh god. Okay. So yeah, she doesn't have a dang thing for you, my dear, and I apologize. She, because I've always wanted to do this, is gonna reach out, spectral book, one hand, Eldritch Blast, two of them.
Okay. Into
Into the thing that we've continually been fighting, into the horror.
the horror. Okay, perfect. Go ahead and roll the hit.
It has 2 blasts too, right? Yeah, because that's what it says.
Yep. So you're
Okay,
gonna make
so-
a roll for each hit.
8 hit, so that's 14, and then this one is a 16 plus. That's 24. So
Both
one
of
was a
those hit.
14 and one was a, okay. So
Roll that
and
juicy
then
damage.
it's a D10. Where are you? Where are you, little one? Come here. Come here. Ah, I never use you. Where are you?
Just a heads up, this will break your invisibility.
That's fine. I know that.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Cool.
Just
making sure. Got your back, buddy.
for my D10. Thank you. Oh,
Like the least combative DM on the planet.
that's a,
I love that though.
so 14 points total.
14 points total. Okay.
Yes. 14 points total.
Bad of DM. As our party member lies dying on the floor.
I'm sorry. I
The
can't.
most angelic one.
I can't stop the dice. Sometimes.
That should be.
Those bolts hit true again, kind of scorching up this creature.
Yeah. And that's all I have to do. So.
All right, guys. That is Desiree's turn. This creature stands before you. It's going to see Jamantha in the middle of the room cast this kind of radiant, glowing support thing, and it's going to sweep out towards her. Wobri, you get an attack of opportunity.
Okay, I will take that.
What are the odds you
I will
can
take
kill
that
it?
opportunity. That is a.
This is your reaction, though, so if you want to hold on to any other... I know you had the shield stuff, just a heads up there.
Yeah, no, I want to smack it.
Okay,
That is
good.
a 19.
That's
Yeah,
a
it's
19
a
that
19
hits.
hit.
Okay, do that damage.
I just feel like she as a person would not think that through and just smack something if she could.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense.
14.
14
points of damage.
Okay. You guys are starting to smack this thing around a little bit. It's looking worn. Still standing fairly well, but... Yeah. Okay. But it is going to close on Jamantha, making its attacks. I apologize. Bite first.
Sorry, real quick. The last thing I attacked was not this guy. It was the other guy, right?
Well, technically speaking, the last thing you attacked was this guy as of right now.
Right.
Okay. Then, since he's now the last thing I attacked... Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I'm getting this right.
Because you just hit him with an
Oh,
attack.
no, it's the first creature I attack on my turn.
Oh, on your turn? Okay.
So this is still the other guy. Okay.
So unfortunately, this damage is not reduced.
Yeah.
But he is going to begin.
I've
with
got a lot
his
of weird
bite
wording in
attack,
my stuff.
which is going to hit for 21 points of piercing damage.
Wow, I'm very dead.
Are you unconscious?
I am unconscious.
A second companion falls unconscious.
2 clerics down, bro.
It was going to attack, but it kind of swoops up, pulling back a little bit and turning to look at you all. Up next is
You guys have a healing potion, right? Who took
Wilbur.
that?
I have one.
You need to get a healing potion to somebody, and it's your turn.
Yeah. Oh, it is mine?
Yeah.
Okay. Is giving her my healing potion, is that an action or a
Bonus action. Bonus action.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna just like baseball slide down to Jamantha. Like slide on down.
I will say, unfortunately, when you lost concentration by falling unconscious, your thing
So you get a
drops, I
focus
believe.
on-
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
this is
it's
going to be a normal roll on the health.
That tracks. And I'll get down to her, and then I'll pour the regular healing potion in her face. Really? Yeah. Very unceremoniously, just like get it in there. Okay. So you get 5. Oh no, that's 2d4. Okay. 5, 6, 7 hit points.
7 hit points. You.
Yay.
As you come back to life.
Is it?
And then.
Oh, okay. I didn't know how to come back to
And
life.
then-
Beyond, sorry.
You got your 7 hit points back, so you got 7 hit points.
Just
Anything
And now,
else?
how far am I from each of the baddies?
You are 5 feet from the undulating, weird, glowing light creature. You're about 15 feet from the horror.
And how much movement did I use to get back to Jamantha?
Actually, I'm wrong about that. The horror also swept to Jamantha. You are in distance with both of them.
Okay.
You could attack either.
Which one looks like it's closer to death? Looks more injured to me.
They're actually... It's hard to tell exactly. They're pretty close to each other currently.
Okay. I'm gonna attack the one that just felled Jamantha.
So
'cause I'm
the
petty.
horror, the big cloaked thing, it's like...
Yeah.
Go ahead and make those attacks.
Just gonna scream, "She was a Girl Scout!" and just swipe at him with my axe.
we're going full mama bear now.
Yeah. That is an 14 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. That's 9 points of damage for the first one.
Okay.
And then... that is 11 to hit.
That misses, unfortunately, sailing straight
Yeah.
through it.
Just so mad.
It is now the strange undulating light creature's turn. And it is going to attempt to... Just double checking something. Excuse me. Multitasking.
And sorry, I have a dumb question. Is that the same or the different from the horror? It's the
This is
horror, the
different.
undulating
So-
light creature.
Yes, the
This is-
horror
okay.
is the
They
cloaked
all sound like
creature,
horrors.
the like cloaked ghosty creature. The other undulating
it.
light creature is just a series of light chain things that is, when you look at it, it's disorienting to look at. It's
Got it.
like looking through time and space and a million souls at one time.
Okay.
It's very
So if I
unpleasant.
was in my head, I was calling that one the horror. 'Cause
Oh,
that just
gotcha,
sounds
gotcha.
more
I mean, it's
horrible to me.
horrific. It really is. You're right.
Yeah. Okay. I got it now. I'm good.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
I'm not good. I take it back.
Take my friend from me.
That is... Ooh, that actually is 17.
Ooh.
Okay, you feel the quarry. There is no face. There's just this orb of light, and then more lights around it. As it turns and locks its gaze on you, you begin feeling it trying to reach into your mind and compel you, and you're just like, "Not today!" And you repel it, and it does fail to dominate person.
Thank God.
That is its turn. Jamantha, you're up. You got a friend down. Your other friends are looking beat up. You got a bunch of fairly... They're not looking dead yet, monsters, 2 of them. And you've got this rune. You also hear, now, hands banging against this door, and it is starting to shake as these creatures are beginning to... They don't seem to really be pushing. They're just kind of bumping against it, but it is beginning to shift.
Okay. I am gonna. Oh man. So there's a lot happening. I'm gonna bonus action mass healing word.
Is that a bonus action?
Yeah. Wait, isn't
Oh.
it?
Let's
Am I crazy? Hold on.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, you might be right, but also be crazy at the same time. I get that a lot.
Yeah, you can absolutely be both. Mass healing word. Where is it? 1 second here, guys. My apologies.
Yeah, it says 1 bonus action.
Well, then, yeah. Mass healing worded away.
Probably why it's only 4.
Yeah,
But that should be enough to pick up our friend.
Yeah, as you throw this out, yeah, it absolutely is. You're absolutely correct.
You
Again,
get a 3, so that's, you heal for 7 points, but also anybody in the radius heals for 7 points.
Beltana, you all heal for 7 points, and Beltana, you are awake. Healed once more.
Got 14 whole freaking hit points. This is cool. Okay. I'm gonna, as a cantrip, I will cast Sacred Flame on... I'm gonna cast it on Cloaky McBad Guy.
Cloaky McBad Guy, Sacred Flame. He makes his saving throw and absolutely fails it. Roll your damage.
Hell yeah. We got...
Get him.
That's 8 damage.
Okay. That done, Beltana, it is your turn.
I'm gonna firebolt this bitch.
I will say, with the current grouping, if you were to drop your fireball behind them, and I'm saying this because there's no map for me to be fair, you could hit just the monsters.
Then that's what I'm gonna do.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Fireball.
I love fireball.
Yes.
Now, I believe those are saving throws
My
on
favorite
my
spell in this game.
It is such a good
Yes.
spell. Do you
So
recall which
broken, I love
saving
it.
throw it is? Dexterity?
Yes.
Okay. So the first one... What's the DC on there? You got a 17. The large purple creature.
That would be my my.
It should be your spell DC. Be right at the top of your
DC.
spell list.
Yes, I believe that is 13.
13. Okay, so he succeeds. He's going to take half damage on that. We'll do it for the horror, who fails miserably, despite actually being quite dexterous. So he's going to take full damage. So go ahead and roll that hefty damage as this. Well, what does it look like, Beltana, too?
Instead of red and yellow flames, it will be white and blue flame, like
Yes.
a big ass ball that's just.
All right. Lots of dice to roll. Lots of dice to roll.
Yeah. 29.
29. Okay. So this horror creature is still holding on, though it is now looking quite ragged. Bits of flecks of like ash seem to be kind of falling off of it as it is scorched, singed, burnt. The other creature is still that was 29 halved. 14 points of damage to that. Still doing okay. Not quite as impacted as this horror, which is looking about downed now. Anything else you want to do, Beltana? As that massive fireball manifests before you all. The heat changing, getting very, very warm in this room.
Welcome back.
Can I use it like a reaction and cast shield?
So you
At
would
the end of
cast
that,
shield if
or
one
no?
of the creatures attacks you. You let me know, and you can cast shield then.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
then I'm done.
Awesome. Okay. Desiree.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. on whomst, Ford? On whomst.
The horror.
Okay.
So 2 of them.
Roll
so
the
one
hit.
is a slutty 20. Actually, it's a 22, and then the other one is 18 plus 8.
Okay,
So I
both
think-
of those hit.
So one of them is 4 points. Plus, is it anything plus? No, it's just what I roll. Yeah. So
A
4.
D10, unless you have Eldritch Blast Empowerment or whatever the hell that invocation is.
No.
Okay.
No, and then the other one is 7.
Okay. So what's
But if
that
it's
total
still
damage?
alive, it was 4 plus 7, I think.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Oh,
Okay.
So 12.
These two Eldritch
Right, so 11.
Blasts punch through it. It's barely holding on now. There's very little left. Like,
I hate that. Yeah, because I think that's all I can really do. Point of order, though, I didn't realize this. I have Repelling Blast, so it does get pushed 10 feet from me. When
gets
it gets the
pushed
Repelling
10
Blast.
feet backwards. Okay. Just
every time it
forced
gets hit.
back.
So,
So for both times it was hit. It's now pinned against the wall.
okay. I think that's it. I think that's all that I have. Because I don't think I have a bonus action that I can.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
That makes it its turn. And it is going to go sweeping straight for Desiree.
Cool.
First, the bite attack.
Wait, is this the horror?
This is the horror.
Okay, and I attacked the cloak. Okay.
No,
The
you
cloak
hit the
is the
horror.
horror.
You hit the horror. So this
Yeah,
is
you did.
halved
okay.
damage, which is good
So-
because the bite hit does strike.
And they
through.
have disadvantage on their attack against her.
Okay, never mind. Then that is still a hit, unfortunately.
Okay.
With the bite attack, everything keeps.
You take 1 point of cold damage.
I
The
take-
only little
okay.
bit I have left.
Oh,
No, but my little tiny little frost.
how do you want to do this?
Ah!
As it comes tearing towards you, its maw open. You're still going to take the damage here, which
Fine.
will be
That's fine. I get
21
13
points of
temporary hit
piercing
points.
damage halved. So
Oh my
you're
God.
taking.
How much was it?
So you're going to take 10 points of piercing damage,
Okay.
but the feedback from your armor will kill it.
Cool. And I get 13 temporary hit points because of Dark One's Blessing. Because I reduced hostile creature to 0 hit points, you gain 13 temporary hit points.
This creature comes sweeping towards you, its maw open. As it closes on you, these teeth that seem to manifest out of nowhere closing onto your shoulder, a icicle straight through its skull, and it just dissipates into nothing. I do need you to make a constitution saving throw to hold the banish on the other creature.
Okay. And it has to hold
DC 10.
10,
Oh my
right?
god, I forgot about that.
That is a 10.
You got a 10?
So I got a 10, yeah.
Okay,
So,
you got it. Barely.
and that should, if I'm correct, should be the last round. So it should be banished forever.
It's 1 minute, so it would be 6 rounds.
6 rounds.
Yeah.
Was that 6?
I don't think it's been 6 rounds yet. I believe we're at
Okay.
4. I was not tracking, to be honest.
I was tracking, but I didn't know if I missed one. I have 6 boxes, and I didn't know if this was the last one or if the last one was.
I would wager we're not on. We probably got one more. I'd wager.
Okay. I
You
just
can
didn't know
always
if
go
had
back on
better-
the VOD and tell me, Josh, you're wrong.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine.
You're wrong.
You're
I
wrong,
didn't know.
Josh. You cheated us, you
I
monster.
didn't know if I missed one. Okay, no, it's
Okay.
fine.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Cool.
Oh,
Well,
no, you-
he dead. Yay,
Okay.
armor of Agathis.
Oh. You know what? Actually, no. This is the round. Yes. Okay, so we end this
This is
round
the
without
round.
you losing concentration. It is gone because we just started the top of
Okay.
the order. So,
Got it. Okay.
Wilbury, you're up.
This-
All right.
The horrors
so I'm
are
gonna go
vanished.
to the only one that is left, which is the light beast thing.
Thing.
Yes, the horrible non-horror, and I'm gonna swing at it.
Okay.
Oh, you're right.
Why am I rolling so badly? I'm using a different one. That's 12 to hit.
That misses.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a different D20 for the second one. Way better. That's 19 to hit.
That hits. Go ahead and roll that damage.
All right. That is 16 points of damage.
Okay. Another huge great axe cleave into it. Lets out a screech. 1,000 million screeches. But it's still standing.
Ugh,
All right.
so creepy.
And it is its turn. It's going to go ahead and reach out. A single, like, these hands begin to manifest with these weird curly hands, or weird curly tendrils manifest out, and it reaches out at you, Wilbury. And I need you to make... Oh, actually, first I have to roll the hit. What's your AC?
15? 15.
It just misses, fortunately. You take a step back as this hand kind of... and unfortunately, that is its turn. As it kind of looks a little bit panicked with this very potent attack failing. It is Jamantha's turn. All your friends are standing. This beast is here. The rune pulsating back behind you now, about 10 feet away.
Oh. I'm afraid of attacking the rune now. How is everyone doing health-wise, visually? Does everyone still look kind of messed up? Everyone's doing okay?
Good.
Okay.
I would look fine.
I think Beltana is probably a little
Kind of
rough
rough,
looking.
but I've been worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I guess I'll cast Sacred Flame on the
Okay.
what's his name?
Saving throw
As a
from me.
cantrip.
This creature, unfortunately for you, double check that. That's a 15. What's your DC? 15?
It's a 15.
Yeah, so unfortunately the leaves don't hit as it's able to kind of, its form kind of, as these like little flame leaves kind of flick through the air, it parts, letting them just kind of waft through it. Unfortunately not taking hold. Anything else
Don't
you'd
worry.
like to...
Backup plan. I'm
Okay.
gonna bonus action spiritual weapon.
Okay, now. Yeah, go ahead.
Sacred Flame is a cantrip.
Yep, that's absolutely 100% correct. For some reason I was thinking
So
spiritual
it-
weapon is a cantrip, but that'd be the most broken cantrip on the planet. Right?
A little bit, yeah, probably. It would be super thick though. I mean, if you wanna,
Yeah, what level you're casting it at? That's gonna be a big one.
I'm just gonna cast it at, what is it normally? Second level? Yeah.
I think if you want to boost to its 3rd level to add an extra D8. I could be wrong though.
No, I don't want a third level.
Go ahead and drop that down then.
Okay,
So.
it does 7 points of damage.
Okay, so you actually have to roll to hit with that first.
Oh, good call. Wait, never mind.
And what does this look like?
It's a 16 to hit, and what is it gonna look like? What it's gonna be is a really ornate, cool-looking sword that belonged to, I think his name is Gwayron Windstrom. He's one of the most famous heroes who fought for Sylvanas, and he is somebody that all Sylvanas scouts look up to, so it's his sword.
The lore here is amazing, and I love it.
I
Okay.
went ham considering it's Girl Scout lore.
That's great. So, as this sword manifests, it appears kind of this amazing, radiant hero sword. Unfortunately, as it goes to swing, the creature's able to dodge, just barely missing.
Just keeping you on your toes.
A million voices say, "I don't have toes."
Well, just on your... Shut up.
Beltana, it is
Way
your
to tell him,
turn.
Jamantha.
Let's do it.
Would I be able to do the cast fireball again?
You know what?
And that-
Yeah, nobody's really moved, and it's still standing there. So hell yeah. Have you got the spell slots?
Yes.
Roast it.
Then that is what I will do. I'm gonna cast it at 4th level.
Okay. Saving throw for me again, correct?
Yes.
Actually,
yes.
isn't Fireball a concentration spell that you can just hold there? You don't even have to recast it. You just can bash it into me.
I thought that was the sphere.
Oh, that's
It's not
you're right,
fireball.
Flaming
Yeah,
Sphere.
that's Flaming Sphere.
Here.
Go ahead. You are correct. I'm getting some latency issues on my end, guys, so if there's a little bit of lag, I apologize. I'm going to close out a few browsers here. I've got all of your
What'd you get
spells
for
open. It's what this big monster fight that I brought up is making my life hard, my computer's life hard. All right, so you'll need a dexterity saving throw from me.
Mm-hmm.
That is a nat 20, So he's going to take half damage on that. Or a...
What an asshole.
Sorry, guys.
What a mess.
He's the worst.
Well, I'm
Dex-
casting it levels.
Yeah, so even half damage is going to be spicy. Roll those damage dice. Give us that damage, Belton.
Hmm. 36.
Oh my gosh. Again, so that's halved, but still a huge hit against this creature. It's barely holding on now. You see a kind of a bit of a shudder as wisps of it seem to be just disappearing. The voices, becoming less and less intense and terrifying as it seems to be barely able to hold on. And as you see parts of these wisps, seem to be being drawn back into that room that sits at the center of the sort of altar there to Mord. Okay, good big hit.
Someone finish him off.
Finish him.
Right. Up next, that means getting my notes back in order. Desiree.
Yep. Wow, I wish Warlocks had more slots. Eldritch Blast.
Okay, go ahead and roll the hit.
That first one's just a 12, so I don't think that. Oh wait, no. Do I add something to Eldritch Blast? Yeah, I do. I add +8. That's a 20.
That hits.
And then that's a 19.
19 damage.
No. No,
Oh,
like
19. Okay, both
19.
hit.
I hit twice.
Roll
Sorry.
that damage. Yes.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize. I'm all kerfuffled.
The first one is 7, and the second one is 8.
Uh,
So 15.
Check 1, 2. Bringing volume back in for DM. My apologies. I had to mute myself on my mixer. It's back.
So
Thanks, guys. Chat's
7
the
and
best.
8.
7 and 8.
Mm-hmm. So
How do you want to do this?
hey.
That hit from Beltano, like it was barely holding on.
Okay. So just standard little spectral book and oof.
As these holes punch through it, it shudders, and the pull from that rune, it begins to pulsate more, and it begins to be drawn back towards it, siphoning in with a million voices scream out as they are pulled back into that rune, and it just falls silent. Just there is that pulsing single rune, still sitting in the center of the altar there. Strange, different. How do you all proceed? You're out of turn order.
Okay.
I'm gonna immediately to the Jamantha and be like, "You gonna dispel it, or am I gonna smash it?"
Let's go. Just let's dispel this shit. Plan B is smash.
Yeah.
Can I cast it as well as she's doing it?
You guys want to joint dispel this sucker?
I want to
Yeah.
save
I
a slot
like
if I
it.
can.
Okay.
If you want to dispel it, that would save me my last 3rd level spell slot.
Then yes, I will dispel it.
Okay. So, as you raise your hand, what does this dispel look like?
I want to say that it looks very like white with like the magic kind of looks like shapes of feathers like flying off and then like disintegrating, but then shooting towards it.
Ooh.
Okay.
It's almost like angelic looking, but damage.
And at what level are you casting this?
This is at level 1, first level.
First level dispel magic.
Oh wait, I don't have dispel magic. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I read that wrong.
It's all right. So as you cast this spell, it kind of fizzles and doesn't seem to take, and the rune continues to undulate a little bit. Happens to all you're playing a person who has 800 billion spells that I've never interacted with. Don't feel bad. So the rune is still there on the altar.
Okay.
This
I'll do it.
spiral with a ziggurat straight in the center.
I actually have 2 level 3 spell slots left. I marked spiritual weapon in the wrong one.
Oh, perfect.
Then we'll go ahead and dispel it.
Okay. So,
And
what does this look like for you?
It'll be like, pretty little like grapevines will like creep up on it and like glow and then like fall away.
Okay, so you see as these vines of Sylvanas kind of stretch up over the altar, and they kind of, and they're glowing this slightly greenish radiant color, and it begins to, you see the rune begin to pulsate, stronger and stronger and stronger, and the vines itself begin to pulsate, and there is a crack, an ear-resounding crack that splits down the center of this altar as it pops in half, and the vines kind of creep in and pull it apart. And as it does, there is a burst, and again you hear thousands upon thousands of voices screaming out as they are released from whatever was holding and binding them to this anchor. And silence again falls around you all, but that weight that you felt before no longer seems to be as heavy.
Shit, dog.
She's gonna walk to the door and see if she can hear anything.
You don't hear anything.
She's gonna open the door. Just like a little bit.
As you push
Like the smallest baby bit.
the door open, you see a gentle light, as you don't even like peek your eye through yet. A gentle blue light is kind of catching through the edge of the door. And as you push the door further open and kind of peek your head out, there are thousands upon thousands of transparent blue dwarven spirits standing around the altar. This temple up on the balconies, they're all just standing in silence. And there's a quiet moment. They don't seem to move. And then there's no wind, but they seem to just dissipate, wafting off into the air, vanishing.
We release the spirits.
So pretty. You got me going a little bit.
I know. I'm like, I'm
I-
wearing water-based paint.
I know. I'm wearing water-based. I think we did a good thing.
Yeah, we did everything. They're all safe.
Oh, no crying.
And then Farwalker's gonna nudge Bella and be like, "You want to write a song about this one?"
Man. Oh, this was its own kind of reward, but also I still hope there's a reward around here somewhere, and I'm gonna start looking.
Okay, roll an investigation check.
Oh, look.
Maybe they'll just give us a reward for doing the thing.
I know.
We deserve it.
Well, my investigation is a 9, as I'm wiping away tears of beauty.
You are
Let me check.
Yeah, everybody please feel free. As you're all now casing the joint, after saving these dwarven spirits, you immediately go to, let's take a look and see what we can see, my friends.
I'll try
Mine's
to-
16.
16, okay.
Slutty 20.
Slutty 20. Beltana?
You said what did you say again?
Investigation.
Investigation. That's a 9.
Okay. Desiree kind of leads the charge here, and the first thing that you notice, Desiree, is that the book that was in the hands of the statue, it's a real book, but the cover of it is entirely gilded in gold.
Whoa.
The pages are innate. The handwriting in it is beautiful, with those big fancy header letters that have like all the colors worked into them that I don't know the name of. Like, it is gorgeous, and you can lift it. It's big, it's massive, but you can lift it from the statue if you so see fit.
She's gonna lift it and see if anything happens.
As you pick up the book, you notice that this is a relic of some sort. Like, this is not an item to be kind of trifled with or left alone, and it's probably worth quite a lot of money with just the golden jewels upon it on its own. You also notice that behind the statue there is a hoard of treasures, golds and jewels, all perfectly made, well crafted, seemingly offerings. It's uncountable in its current form. You're not sure how much of it you can carry, but it is a big old pile.
I
Gonna
can carry quite a bit.
Oh, never mind.
A personal challenge for Farwalker.
Yeah.
Desiree's gonna take the big ornate book
Mhm.
and hand it to her librarian friend.
Okay.
Aw.
We'll figure out what to do with that later, but enjoy it while we.
Do you want to do a history check for me there, Beltana?
Yeah. $19.
Okay. You can't read anything in it. It's all in Dwarven, and there's rune etchings on the front, all in gold. But historically, you are pretty certain you know what this is. It's called the Dwarven Grudge Book. Dwarves tended to record their histories in ancient tomes based on slights and faults done against them. And this book is a 2,000-year-old recording of ancient history from the city of Thrasadun.
So it's an old
Looks like
book.
I'm gonna have to learn how to.
We're still getting some sort of reward for that book.
Bro, we're gonna be dripping in rewards, man.
Go ahead and make an athletics check to see how much gold you guys can fill into your pockets. Everybody just make one.
Was there, by chance, an empty
Time to shine.
card?
Ooh.
An empty... You know what? You could fairly easily trundle your way back to the frickin' side street, fetch yourself a cart, and spend the next few hours loading it up with gold from this haul if you would like to.
She will be suggesting they do that.
Okay.
And Farwalker agrees.
You gotta... Okay. So, over the next few hours, you are able to extract most of the gold. There's still a little bit left from this pile into a giant gold pile that you've put up on this cart. And then working together, it's heavy and a lot of work, but with those athletics checks, you're able to wind your way back through. And as you reach the second portion, the far side where you initially came in of that great hall, the darkness there has... It's still very dark. You can't see incredibly far, but it's not that same oppressive, constricting darkness. Jamantha's light actually, like, casts better out, and you feel less like you're being watched and seen. You are able to navigate the kind of pathway back down, following your own footprints that you left, and Jamantha's arrow directions, as you make your way back out to the scar that led you in. And that is where we are going to end our adventure.
Ah!
With our party successfully solving whatever curse had befallen this quarter of the city, and coming away with wealth beyond the imagination of any single individual, the horde of a dwarven king on a cart hauled back to the city.
Perfect.
With a book.
Oh, thank you guys. You were amazing. It was a blast.
You're amazing!
You guys were the best.
Cool.
Thank you so much.
The cosplays were fantastic. One more time on socials. Hendo, do you want to lead?
You can find me Hendo Art on all the things. And I do some like D&D stuff on YouTube.
Awesome. Lexi, how about you?
Lexi the First on all the things as well.
Okay. And how about you, Luna?
Lost Girl Mikachu on all of the things.
And Parker?
I'm always here, but I'm Parker Bliss.
Thank you guys. Thank you, chat. My sincerest apologies for that technical error right at the most crucial part of the story. What are you going to do?
With two fireball.
Join us Friday for Rolling Tides. Bye!
Bye. Thank you, everyone.